All right. Very good evening, everybody from the flight deck. Welcome to another episode of live VATSIM ATC with me, Captain Nabs here, coming to you live from the VATSIM scopes here, and we got a bunch of stuff going on here. We are logging in Toronto. I know I had promised through my Discord that I was going to do Edmonton. However, Edmonton Center is, it looks like Edmonton Center is already being manned tonight. So at the end of the day, I'm going to use this time to try and provide service on a different sector that appears to need some service. And
At Toronto Center, good evening. Nova Jet 64, just about to vacate for level 380. We are with you.
NovaJet 64 Toronto Center, good evening. Let me see, where are you? There you are. Squawk code 3135.
We're currently 3135. We'll give you an ident, Nova Jet 64.
And yeah, sorry, NovaJet 64. Thank you, Squawk Ahead. Sorry, doing 10 things at once here.
No worries.
Toronto Center, good evening. Jumbo 715, with 340.
All right, first NovaJet 64, thank you. You're identified flight level 380. When ready to send 240. It's going to be 24 right for arrival. I'll have an ATIS up for you momentarily.
Roger, we'll descend for level 240, and we'd like to request runway 23. We're going to North GA, Nova Jet 64.
And NovaJet 64, yeah, that is approved. You can plan runway 23 for arrival.
Really appreciate that. We'll expect runway 23, Nova Jet 64.
All right, the other call, was that JetBlue 715?
Go with Jumbo 715.
JetBlue 715, good evening. Let me find you on my list. Squawk ident, please.
Go guiding Jumbo 715.
Just kind of set up my runway and everything here. So while I'm waiting to see that flash, just going to set up
Toronto Center, good evening, Jazz 7565, flight level 200.
24 right for arrivals, 23 for departures. All right, JetBlue 715 identified, flight level 340. Welcome.
Thank you, Jumbo 715.
And Jazz 7565 Toronto Center, good evening. I'm going to need you to squawk a code of 0565.
0565, Jazz 7565.
And I set it in the wrong line there, but now I've fixed it. All right, in the meantime, I'm also setting up my ATIS.
Toronto Center, good evening, Jazz 8937, flight level 320.
Jazz 8937 Toronto, good evening, squawk code 0561.
0561, Jazz 8937.
Jazz 7565 Toronto, you're identified at flight level 200. Information in Toronto is now Quebec. Yeah, information is now Quebec and Toronto. It's going to be runway 24 right for Toronto, and when ready, descend 8,000, altimeter 3010.
24 right, so grab Quebec down 8000 when ready, Jazz 7565.
And Jazz 8937, identified flight level 320. Welcome.
Jazz 8937, roger.
And Jazz 7565, I got to make a very slight amendment to your flight plan. Proceed direct Amoeba, and at Amoeba fly the Vibly 3 arrival. I believe it's Vibly 3.
Right, direct Amoeba, from Amoeba to Vidley 3, Jazz 7565.
Let me just check and make sure. And it's Vibly 5. It's Vibly 5. And Jazz 7565, my error actually, it's actually Vibly 5 arrival.
Vidley 5, Jazz 7565.
All right, we're getting there. We got some of these airplanes identified. Yeah, I told him 8,000. Good, good, good. Welcome aboard, everybody. Anybody who's watching. I'm just getting myself all organized here. And one thing I noticed is that some of the lines seem to have gone missing here from my ASR file here. We should have a bunch more lines that we have here. So there was just an update that was just pushed out. So obviously this...
Toronto Tower, good evening, Air Canada 620 on the ground Toronto, requesting FIR clearance over to Halifax as filed information, Quebec aboard.
Air Canada 620, Toronto, good day. You're cleared to Halifax via the Dead Key 4 departure, Olaba transition, flight plan route, departure runway is 23, and squawk code 0524.
Alrighty, cleared over to Halifax is filed. Dead key 4, departure, Aloba, transition, flight plan route, departing runway 23, squawk is 0524 for Air Canada 620.
Air Canada 620, that readback is all correct, and information Quebec is current. Push back and start up at your discretion and call when you're ready for taxi.
Alrighty, pushing starts on up to telling you for the taxi for Air Canada 620. Thank you, sir.
I'm not sure where this airspace, there's supposed to be some blocks here, some chunks of airspace here, and they've gone missing. And I don't know where they are.
Toronto, American 6566, flight level 340.
American 6566 Toronto, good evening, squawk it in. American 6566, thank you. I got you now. Flight level 340, welcome aboard. NovaJet 64 Toronto, when ready, continue descent. Continue descent 8,000. The Toronto altimeter is 3010.
Roger, descend 8,000, 3010. We have information Quebec now, NovaJet 64.
I'm a little bit worried about him catching this guy ahead, but I don't think I have to worry about it because he's only doing 310 knots. This guy's doing 290, so actually it doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a problem. I just want to find out why I cannot seem to see some of these things that I'm looking for here. I'm just going to look in here. Nope, that's not the stuff I'm looking for. It's weird. They should be here, but they've disappeared, some of them. There was an update that was just pushed literally as I started this program here. There was an update that came in and it automatically updated itself, and now oh, what am I doing here? I'm looking at the wrong view here. Anyways, I gotta mess with it on this view here. And now these boxes at the arrival end here have disappeared, so I'm gonna see if I can get them back because I don't know where they went. Let's see here, CZYZ airspace. There's that, yeah, but that doesn't help too much. Oh, that's a little better. That's got me some of the stuff back there, but there should be a few more blue lines here. And it just seems to have vanished.
Toronto Center, good evening. It's Air Canada 985. We're directing, descending through flight level 314.
Air Canada 985, Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk it in.
Squawk ident, Air Canada 985.
Alright, so Air Canada 620 did read back its clearance, so I'm going to give us a push there. Air Canada 985, thank you. Identify descending through 307, descend 16,000. The Toronto altimeter 3010. Information is Quebec and it's runway 24 right for arrivals.
Okay, down to 16,000, altimeter 3010. We'll pick up Quebec a little bit closer and plan 24 right, Air Canada 985.
All right.
Toronto Center, hello, chart right 3056 with you, flight level 350, currently 40 miles south of Wazi.
All right, chart right. And sorry, that was chart right 3056, was that correct?
Yes, sir.
Chart right 3056, Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk code 0560.
0560 on the squawk, chart right 3056.
I've honestly never seen the chart right call sign before, but there you go. And yeah. Coloring's a little off in this room. It's a little dark, so I had to kind of turn colors up a little bit. So it's a little bit. I'm a little green. This can of Coke is a little bit the wrong shade here. It's not the best lighting in this room, but what are you gonna do? Chart right 3056 Toronto. Thank you. Identify flight level 350. Information in Toronto is Quebec. Altimeter 301. Information Quebec. Runway 24 right. Descend 17,000 on altimeter 3010.
Okay, descend 17,000, and for planning purposes, any chance we can get runway 23 instead? We're going to be parking on the north end, chart right 3056.
Chart right 3056, not a problem. I can accommodate that. Plan runway 23.
Okay, plan 23, thanks so much, chart right 3056.
It doesn't take very long for a bunch of people to log in here either. And I see a Ottawa departure there. So let me do this. Let me get my Ottawa terminal view up here, because I see an Ottawa departure already on the ground. So I'm going to find, I don't have it handy, so Ottawa ground, there we go. Yep, there he is. And I'll pull up the weather for Ottawa as well, so that I'm ready to go when this guy calls up. Let's start looking at flight plans here, now that we're starting to get caught up a little bit here. Vertical 6 Lorca transition, and Q97 to Mills, yeah, that's all fine. Sunwing 79517, dead key 4, Miglo ab 6 from Montreal, 330 is a final, that's good. And Walker 1316, Ottawa to Toronto. Do we have a Montreal center? Oh, we have a CYOW tower. Oh shoot, I didn't even see that. Hey, there we go. Nice, Philippe Boudreau. Bienvenue, monsieur. All right, we got a whole bunch of airplanes. Things are really kind of happening here. It's good. I love it. Nice. There's one thing about about Toronto. Like Edmonton can be hit or miss. Sometimes it's busy. Sometimes it's not. It's a little bit quiet tonight. I probably ended up lucking out. Sunwing 9517, Toronto, good evening. You're cleared to Montreal via the dead key 4 departure Miglo transition flight plan route. Departure runway today to Tree, squawk code 0522.
Sunwing 9517, clear to Montreal via the D34 with the Amigo transition, and as filed, runway 23 and 0522.
And Sunwing 9517 is a little bit weak. Just confirm you said the dead key 4 departure, then the Miglo transition.
Hey, firm, we said that for Sunwing 9517.
All right, Sunwing 9517. Sorry, I was a little weak, so I couldn't be sure. Your readback is all correct. Information is Quebec. Push back and start up. I tell you what, call me when you're ready for the push. I got another airplane next to you, also getting ready to go.
All right, we'll call for push, Sunwing 9517.
Air Canada 800. Are you on Toronto's frequency? And I'm just going to send him a quick contact me to make sure he also calls me up before he starts taxiing. So I don't need this tower view because, yeah, there are people. And then there's this guy going like at hyperspeed here. So citation, it seems to be moving at like Mach 3 across my airspace. Jazz 7565, descend 4000.
Out of 4,000, Jazz 7565.
I'm going to send a quick text message because I don't know why those boxes have disappeared. And I'm going to see if I can figure out where they went. So I'll send a text message to the guy who does the sector files and see if I can figure this out.
Toronto Center, good evening. Citation Charlie Golf Tango Alpha Victor with you, checking in flight level 390.
Charlie Golf Tango Alpha Victor, good evening. Squawk ident, please.
Squawk ident for Tango Alpha Victor.
Air Canada 985 is level 16.
All right. First of all, Tango Victor Charlie, Tango Alpha Victor, you're identified at flight level 390. Welcome. And Air Canada 985, descend 11,000.
Sorry, say again the altitude for 985?
Air Canada 985, descend 11,000.
11,000 Air Canada 985, and we have information. Come back on board.
Thank you. Jazz 7565, you can leave 4,000 on the glide path. You're cleared ILS runway 24 right.
Cleared ILS 24 right, Jazz 7565.
Nope, Air Canada 800 decided to leave rather than talk to me. Fine, his loss. Let's see here. Chart right 3056, descend 1000.
Send 11000. Chart right 3056.
He's going a lot faster, so it's not a problem at all. He's going to Niagara, so it's fine. All right. Got things slowly sort of coming together here. I feel like I got a little bit more on tap here because I saw a whole bunch of people inbound, so that's why I jumped on at Toronto here. I was, like I said, I was going to do Edmonton originally. That was my plan, but Edmonton was already taken. That was the number one reason why I checked somewhere else. Then I had a quick look around the VATSIM. I said, look, there is a bunch of stuff happening in Toronto right now. There's 5, 6 inbounds. There's a couple departures. Let's go and do some ATCing. Let's do some actual service and provide some actual service in the system here. Don't mind me, I only had dinner like 10 minutes ago, so just eating my drink with dinner here. All right. Yeah, there's supposed to be some lines here. These blue lines are supposed to continue this way, and they seem to be missing. I'm not sure what's going on with that or how to get that back. I'm going to continue to play with it just a tiny little bit here. Let's see if I can find how to make the rest of those blue lines go away. Yeah. Oh, I got it. I got it. Okay, there we go. That's better. Now I got way too many lines on the screen. Air Canada 985 to send 8,000.
8,000 Air Canada 985.
All right, now I got too many lines on the screen. Now I'm going to try and make 1 or 2 of these go away here. Let's see here if I can. Trying to remember how I turn this stuff on now. So what do I turn off? I am having a real hard time with this today for some reason. It is just beyond me, apparently. What did I turn on? There we go, that's better. Now I got rid of the double lines at least. All right, so Air Canada 95 is for 24 right. NovaJet here. It's going for 23, and I should assign him that right there so it transitions correctly. NovaJet 64, proceed direct Dugda.
Left direct Dudga, NovaJet 64.
There's one more guy here crossing my airspace way up here to the north. Don't know when he's coming. We got nice little slew of traffic here, at least going on right now.
Sunwing 9517. Do you still want us to call you for push? I don't see anybody next to me anymore.
Yeah, Sunwing 9517. Traffic right now appears to be right behind you. Are you ready for the pushback now?
Negative. We just don't have him on our screen. That's it.
Yeah, Sunwing 9517. Just give me a call when you're ready. He'll probably be gone by then, but just to be safe.
All right, thanks.
Air Canada 620, we're ready for taxi now. We're Randolph Kilo.
Air Canada 620, Toronto, runway 23 for departure. The information is Quebec, altimeter 3010. Taxi out Alpha Kilo, Alpha, and Hotel. Hold short of 23.
Alrighty, Alpha Kilo, Alpha, Hotel, short of 23 for Air Canada 620, thank you.
What do we got here? We don't have Cleveland online. I'll keep these guys for a little bit and see if Chicago will take a direct handoff. NovaJet 64, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000, NovaJet 64.
Jazz 7565, Toronto winds are showing 200 at 5, you're cleared to land. Correction, 220 at 5, you're cleared to land runway 24 right.
Clear to land 24 right, Jazz 7565.
And just trying to pull up the live winds here. It's thinking about it. Nope, doesn't like it. Oops. Oh, there it goes. Now it's loaded. Air Canada 985, descend 6,000.
6,000 Air Canada 985.
Sunwings 9517, ready for push and start from, looks like gate 131.
Sunwing 9517, this traffic's no longer a factor. You push back lane 6, tail east, and call ready for taxi.
Lane east, lane 6 and space east 9517.
Alright, those guys should be far enough apart. I'm going to hang on to this guy until he gets about halfway to Chicago and see if I can give him a direct handoff to Chicago. And we lost our chart right there, unfortunately. Boo. That is a bit of a shame. Wheels 24/7. Good evening. Welcome back to the channel. Got a nice busy evening going on right now. Air Canada 985 descend 4,000. It probably won't last, to be honest.
4,000 Air Canada 985.
Because it is a weekday, so it's not going to take them very long for me to sort of burn through all the traffic for the evening. It's not that late, so, or it's not that early, so hopefully we get a few airplanes coming and going here, but I feel like it's not going to be long before the traffic does fade out. Novajet 64 at Dugda, cleared ILS runway 23, leave 4,000 on the glide slope.
Roger, Dugda cleared for the ILS runway 23 and 4,000 until capturing the glide slope. Novajet 64.
Jazz 7565, welcome to Toronto, right turn on Echo, and do you know where you're parking?
Right on Echo, we're going to Terminal 1. We'll go in at Alpha Kilo, Jazz 7565.
Jazz 7565, roger, taxi Delta Alpha for Alpha Kilo, cross runway 33 right.
Delta Alpha for Alpha Kilo, cross 33 right, Jazz 7565.
And Jazz 7565 for now, actually on Alpha, hold short of Alpha Kilo.
Alpha short of Alpha Kilo, Jazz 7565.
Just in case other the traffic's coming out at the same time. Gonna get these two guys pretty much going on parallel approaches here. Air Canada 985, turn left heading 330, descend 3,000.
Left turn 330 down to 3,000 and a bit of a power up. It's been quite rough from 8,000 down.
Air Canada 985, okay, copy that. Would you say light or moderate turbulence?
I'd say moderate.
Air Canada 985, thank you very much for that. And right 3056, Toronto, you back with me on frequency? Novajet 64, you'll see traffic off your left side about your 10 o'clock. Just turning to join final, he'll be down at 3,000.
Novajet 64, we have the traffic inside and on Tigas.
Air Canada 495, as you take up that 330 heading, you're going to see traffic about your 12 o'clock Challenger on the approach for the north runway. And Air Canada 985, if you can, please start the descent now to 3,000. Thank you.
Yeah, we're trying our best coming out of the tailwind, Air Canada 985.
Thank you.
Center Air Canada 620, sure, runway 23, hotel, we're ready to go.
Air Canada 620 Toronto, contact once you're airborne. The winds are 220 at 5, cleared for takeoff, runway 23.
Clear taking off 23, Air Canada 620.
Chart right 3056, you back with Toronto?
Chart right 3056.
Chart right 3056, thank you. Descend 8,000.
Send 8,000, chart right 3056.
Air Canada 985, turn left heading 270 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 right.
Okay, left 270 to intercept, cleared the ILS approach 248 Air Canada 985.
Well, he's coming in behind anyways. I may have been a second too late giving him that intercept there. And Air Canada 985 may have been a second too late giving you the intercept there. Continue the left turn 210 to re-intercept, still cleared ILS 24 right.
Okay, we'll continue the left turn and we'll come back on course, Air Canada 985.
Center Air Canada 620, off 23, 1,200 for 5,000.
Air Canada 620 Toronto, thanks. Identified, climb 7,000.
7,000, 620.
Just enough space there. And he's getting it, he's getting it. He didn't even cross it, the non-transgression zones, that's perfect. Correction, Novajet 64, the winds in Toronto are 2205, cleared to land, runway 23.
Clear to land, runway 23, check remarks, Novajet 64.
Air Canada 620 at 3,600, turn left direct Sabre on course.
3,600, left turn safe on course, Air Canada 620.
Sunwing 9517, request taxi.
Sunwing 9517, Toronto runway 23, information is Quebec altimeter 3010, taxi out Alpha Kilo, Alpha, Hotel to hold short 23.
Alpha Kilo, Alpha Hotel, hold short 23, Sunwing 9517.
And Jazz 7565, do you see the Sunwing aircraft on the apron off your right there?
Affirmative, Jazz 7565.
Jazz 7565, thanks. After they've come out Alpha Kilo, you're cleared in.
Cleared in Alpha Kilo after they pass Jazz 7565.
Air Canada 985, Toronto, the winds are 200 at 5, clear to land, runway 24 right.
Clear to land 248 Air Canada 985.
Air Canada 620, traffic for you right now at about your 11 o'clock for about 10 miles. It's a northbound Challenger in the descent to 8,000. Just make sure you level at 7.
Alright, we'll make enough traffic for Air Canada 620.
There's so much background noise, I can barely hear what he's saying. Chart right 3056, traffic at your 11 o'clock is a Air Canada, let's see here, 320. Southeastbound, he's going to turn to pass below you, leveling at 7.
Chart right 3056 will be looking.
See if I can send this right to Chicago Center, see if he'll take him.
Center Air Canada 620, we got traffic inside about 10 o'clock.
Air Canada 620, thank you very much. I'll have higher clearing him.
Northwest 620.
I don't know if you'll even see those handoffs because they're quite early, but it's worth a try. JetBlue 715, contact Chicago Center now, 120.35, g'day.
120.35, have a good day, JetBlue 715.
American 6566, same for you, contact Chicago now, 120.35, g'day. American 6566, Toronto. Chart right 3056, descend 4,000.
4,000, chart right 3056.
Air Canada 620, climb flight level 230.
230, Air Canada 620.
American 6566, Toronto. feel like you left my frequency without telling me. And sometimes people try to game the system. They're like, oh, I'm at the boundary. I must change now. Off your frequency. I'm just like, sometimes I have other plans. Are you still with me? Chart right 3056, descend 4,000. Pretty sure I gave that to him already, but
Sorry about that. Descending now, 3056.
NovaJet 64, welcome to Toronto. If you got it, the right turn on Papa, taxi Juliet to Kilo. Have a great night.
Roger, yes, we have Papa, so we'll take Papa Juliet Kilo into the apron, and great job tonight. Thanks so much,
6 Air Canada 985, welcome to Toronto. Right turn on Charlie 4, and when able, say the gate.
Okay, we'll right turn on Charlie 4 and stand by for the gate, Air Canada 985.
No problem. Nope. Chart right paused again. His sim is having trouble. Oh, well, what are you going to do? We can't all have perfect sims.
Air Canada 985, we're looking for 166.
Air Canada 95, Roger, taxi Delta and Delta Romeo, lane 9. Cross runway 33 right.
Okay, Delta and left Delta Romeo, lane 9 for 166. Thanks very much, Air Canada 985.
Roger. Sunwing 9517 Toronto, you can contact me once you're airborne. The winds are showing 200 at 4. Clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Clear for takeoff 23, Sunwing 9517.
Air Canada 620, proceed direct Olaba.
Direct Olaba for Air Canada 620.
Chart right's gone again.
And Toronto Air Canada 985, we've been notified by the chart right that his X-plane crashed again, but he says many thanks anyways.
Well, I appreciate that. C'est la vie.
That's it. Thanks.
Usually on my Instagram. Thank you for the stream. Love to see it. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Right now, it was really good for the first little while here. I feel like we're about to kind of lose a little bit, but not necessarily. We got a couple inbounds. It might have a little bit of a slow period here for a period of time, but we got one guy taking off from Ottawa, so he's going to be airborne shortly. We got another guy inbound from Frankfurt. He's in north of Quebec City now, but he'll be entering our airspace in about an hour. This KLM 602 guy way up north does not give a rat's ass about me being here. I have sent him like 6 contact me's now, and he just does not care. He'll send me a message probably at the end of the day. American 6566, Toronto, you still here? All right, there's Sunwing getting airborne. Oh, no, that's the Dash 8. That's the Jazz park there. I was going to say, I thought we had a new airplane, but nope, that was just Jazz parking there. So nothing too exciting yet. But now would be a good time to ask questions because there's not...
Sunwing 9517, airborne out of 1.8, climbing 5,237 heading.
Sunwing 9517, Toronto, thank you. You're identified. Continue climb. Flight level 230.
Climb up to 230, Sunwing 9517.
He'll go in Delta Romeo 66, and then we're going to wait and hope that somebody else is going to start flying here soon. Winnipeg, no Winnipeg on center. Jazz 8937, Toronto, you're about to leave my airspace to the west. Winnipeg's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Have yourself a good day.
Have a great night, Jazz. 8937.
Toronto Center, Walker 1316 off the ground at Ottawa, climbing 3,500 for 5,000.
Walker 1316 Toronto, good day, identified, climb 13,000, turn left, direct to Huron course.
Climb 13,000 direct to Huron course, Walker 1316.
Sunwing 9517 Toronto, turn left, direct Savor on course.
Left direct saver, Sunwing 9517.
Tango Alpha Victor Toronto, the information in Toronto is Quebec, plan runway 24 right.
Roger for Tango Alpha Victor, sir. Requesting 23 for general aviation on the north side.
Tango Alpha Victor, that is approved, plan runway 23.
Runway 23, thank you.
And that reminds me of something else I wanted to check, which was NOTAMs. I thought 23 was closing at a certain point tonight. I think it was supposed to close at now, actually, at 0300, I think. Let's just check here. NOTAMs. Today is the 9th Zulu day. Probably between That's not for a little while here. 0523 closed 0300 to 1000 daily. He'll be the last one. We'll approve that one, and then that'll be it for 23.
Denver Air Canada 620, we're about to level off at 23,000.
Air Canada 620, my apologies for that. Continue your climb, flight level 350.
No worries, 350 for Air Canada 620.
Just looking up these NOTAMs here. So yeah, runway 23 is supposed to close tonight. So since I approved it, I'll give that one last guy 23, and then everything else after this, I think it's going to be 24 right. And what I might also
And Toronto
do...
Canada 985 is shut down 166, thanks for being there for us, Rob. We'll see you next time.
Air Canada 985, no problem. Happy to do it anytime. I know that voice. I feel like I know who that is. No, it wasn't who I thought it was. That's okay. It wasn't who I honestly thought it was, but that's okay. So let's do this because I feel like it's about to change runway configurations and I'd like to know what it is. So I'm going to turn on the ATIS in Toronto, the real world ATIS, and see what it says on live ATC. Walker 1316 Toronto, continue climb, flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Walker 1316.
50% west, 50% west, 50% west. Chemical residue present. At 22.
I love liveatc.net.
Brace advisory. Bruce and small bird activity in the Toronto International area. Aircraft requiring an engine clearing procedure prior to departure.
Get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff. I want to know what runway is actually active now.
Monitor 133.1 for NOTAM unavailable by data link. Inform ATC that you have information Bravo. Toronto International, information Bravo, weather at 0200 Zulu, wind 220 at 5, visibility 15, few clouds at 4,100, temperature -1, dew point -6, altimeter 3011. The approach is ILS, runway 24 left. Departure, runway 33 right. Runway surface conditions.
Whoa.
Runway 24 left and runway 33 right.
Wow. What a wacky configuration. And I like it. I'm going to go with it. Hell yeah. Something different for sure. All right, so departure 33 right, arrivals 24 left. Crazy. All right, departure runway, sorry, approach runway, 24 left, departure runway 33 right. Yep, that's it. Perfect. Sunwing 9517, proceed direct Miglo, climb flight level 330.
Proceed direct Biglow and climb and maintain 330, Sunwing 9517, thank you.
Roger. check these NOTAMs again here. Am I missing a NOTAM? Because that is a little off from what I expected. Is 2-4 right closed for some reason? I don't see 2-4 right here. I see 2-4 left. I don't see 2-4 right unless I'm missing it here. Let's just do it the easy way and search 2-4R and see what it finds. All right, there's Zulu, 2-4 right onto Delta 3. Nope. All right. So yeah, Tango Alpha Victor will be my last arrival on runway 23, and then after that it's going to be all arrivals 2-4 left. Tango Alpha Victor Toronto.
Tango Alpha Victor with you, sir.
Tango Alpha Victor, we're going to be pulling 2-3 offline for some nightly maintenance. Can I interest you in an arrival on 3-3 right instead?
Yeah, not a problem, sir. What are the winds right now in Toronto?
The current winds in Toronto, right now it's showing 190 at 4 knots.
Okay, 190 at 4, 15 right or 15 left for us, sir?
Yeah, Tango Alpha Victor, let's plan 15 right for arrival.
Okay, 15 right it is. Tango Alpha Victor, thanks.
Thank you for your help, and Tango Alpha Victor, when ready, descend flight level 240.
240 when ready for Tango Alpha Victor.
It is a little bit weird that departing 3-3.
DLH 139 Bravo, Toronto Center, good evening, flight level 370.
And sorry, who was that calling Toronto there?
DLH 139 Bravo.
Lufthansa 139 Bravo, Toronto, good evening, squawk ident. Should be this guy. He's got the right squawk code. There he is, perfect. Lufthansa 139 Bravo Heavy, Toronto, thank you. Identified, flight level 370, welcome. And here I was dismissing this guy
Welcome
here, but...
to DLH 139 Bravo.
But,
Toronto, good day. It's Scareskin 442 at flight level 210.
Bearskin 442 Toronto, good evening, squawk 0503.
Zero 5037 set, Scareskin 442.
Bearskin 442, thank you very much. You're identified at flight level 210. And do you want to go direct Timmins right now?
Yeah, if that works, Bearskin 442.
Bearskin 442, proceed direct Timmins.
Timmins now, Bearskin 442, thanks.
And Bearskin 442. I've got the 0200 weather in front of me. Do you want to wait till we get the 0300? I think you're still quite a bit of a ways out there.
Yeah, we should get about an hour on the flight time there, so we'll pick up the weather there a little closer.
Very good. All right, we got stuff going on here. He's there. This guy's here. Not much happening right now. It's kind of a little bit less than super interesting, but there's, you know, it's not bad. It's, what can I say? It's, what day is this? I don't even know what day it is. Tuesday night? Is it Tuesday? I live in a weird world where
Toronto Center,
I don't know what day it is.
Victor is out of flight level 390 for 240.
Tango Alpha Victor, Roger. I often don't know what day it is. I have no idea what that. I actually called my kids today. I'm like, wait a second. Is it Tuesday or is it Monday? I don't know. Like when I go to work, I just sort of disappear into this vacuum of just like days, but they don't mean anything. You know, it's just you just do this day, you do this that day, but they have no correlation to anybody else's schedule. So it's just crazy. I feel like I've just lost a day somehow. But yeah, welcome to Tuesday night ATC on VATSIM. It's actually not bad. The biggest thing I got to say is that and probably what's making a difference, at least initially, pardon me, is that Flight Tampa released their Toronto scenery like a week ago, for those of you that didn't see it, for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So all of a sudden we went from having nothing to having fantastic scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, oh, pardon me, all that Coke. I keep drinking. Yeah, so I personally I avoided Toronto because I thought it was just the default scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator was so terribly generic and boring. I just couldn't deal with it. So I didn't fly there, and I think it was the case for a lot of people. Now that the scenery is suddenly out, boom, there's like tons of people flying there all the time. So even when there's no ATC, you see tons of flights. You hop in, you hop online, and really quickly you've got a whole bunch of airplanes here. We got a good number of airplanes inbound here. We did get the Walker off the ground there. We got Canadian Express just coming across New York inbound. We got just north of Montreal, we got an Air Canada flight inbound. Let's see where else. We got a few more inbound, so they're a lot farther out, so they may not. There's an Air Canada 1019 inbound from the south, but he's over the Carolinas right now, so he's going to be a little while still. There's somebody inbound from the west, way out there. It's not. I'm never going to be here for that, but we're getting a lot of traffic these days in Toronto again. It's nice to see people are back in Toronto, flying Toronto, because it's I love the scenery in Toronto. I love to operate Toronto, but it was so hard to deal with that default scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and so many people are flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. I guarantee you, this guy here, 620, A320 Neo. And what's funny is that A320 Neo, I was just looking at this the other day, A320 Neo is the most filed aircraft type on SimBrief for the last, I don't even know what their stats are, but I was looking at stats on SimBrief just kind of curious the other day. I like to look at them every once in a while because you find out some interesting stuff. And yeah, the A320 Neo is the most common type being flown right now.
Wing 9517, we're experiencing light to moderate chops between 230 and 30.7.
All right, sorry, Sunwing 9517, light to moderate chop, and sorry, say again the altitudes?
It started between 220 and we're still getting moderate here at 31,000.
All right, Sunwing 9517, thank you for the report. Let me know when you get out of it, and if you want to change altitude, if you level off, it's still choppy, just let me know.
All right, thank you.
That's a B738.
Center Air Canada 620, back to us Sunwing 9570 instead. With a few bumps on the way out of Toronto as well. We were going to call you and let you know as well.
Air Canada 620, thank you. And are you in smooth air there at 350?
No, it's been perfectly smooth for the past probably 30 miles, but just leave Toronto with a few bumps there going for the clouds. It's been fine ever since for Air Canada 620.
All right, Air Canada 620, thank you for the report. And just now you're about to leave my airspace to the east. Montreal's not on lines. Switch the en route frequency, surveillance service terminates, and have yourself a good rest of the day.
Alrighty, we'll be over to Unicom 152,008. Thanks for your service. It's always a pleasure, and have yourself a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.
No problem. Have yourself a good night. And Sunwing 9517, that traffic is about 70 miles ahead. He said 350 is smooth. So did you want to climb up to 350?
We're just getting a smooth ride here at 330. I'll call you back if anything changes, but if that does change, we'd like to climb up to 350 for Sunwing 9517.
All right, Sunwing 9517. Yeah, let me know if you do want to climb up to 35 then, but if it stays smooth, yeah, that works for me as well.
Great, thank you.
Tango Alpha Victor Toronto, continue to send 12-12000. Toronto altimeter is 3010.
Continue down to 12,000 for Tango Alpha Victor.
And Walker 1316 and Tango Alpha Victor, those previous reports of turbulence were for aircraft climbing east out of Toronto from 22 up to 32. So let me know if you experience anything on the way down as well. All right, system status is what I'm looking for.
And Sunwing 9517, we'd like to climb up to 350 now. We're experiencing moderate chop here at 330.
Sunwing 9517, climb flight level 350.
350, Sunwing 9517, thank you.
I continue modifying my PIREP until I get until I find the answer here. Yeah, so I was looking at SimBrief the other day, and yeah, most popular aircraft within the last 7 days. The most popular aircraft filed on SimBrief the last 7 days is the A320neo. 81,000 flight plans generated. The second most popular aircraft on SimBrief for the last 7 days is the A320. 44,000 flight plans filed. So between the top two, the A320neo and the A320, they outnumber the third one, the 737, by a factor of almost 3. Now, I don't know if all those people who are filing 320 are maybe flying Neos in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but there's probably a good chance some of them are. But even so, the 320neo, 81,000. The next one, just a straight up 320, is 44,000. The next one that you say is probably a non-Microsoft Flight Simulator airplane for sure, the 738, only 40,000 versus 80,000. So tons of people are flying this. The CJ4 is super popular here. It's number 8 in SimBrief's most popular aircraft the last 7 days. And 78X comes right after the CJ4. So like a lot of these airplanes, the CRJ7, number 10 with 5,200, like a lot of these airplanes are, it seem like a lot of them probably will be Microsoft Flight Simulator airplanes. They are very popular now. And so now that Toronto scenery is available here, it just shows you the popularity of this sim. Walker 1316 Toronto. Information is now Sierra in Toronto. Plan runway 24 left for arrival.
We have Sierra on board. We'll plan 24 left, Walker 1316.
Walker 1316, thank you. When ready, descend flight level 240.
Descend flight level 240 when ready, Walker 1316.
I should actually mark this down as 15 right so that it shows me the correct transition. Tango Alpha Victor, continue descent 7,000.
Down to 7,000 for Tango Alpha Victor.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. I saw that the other day, how many people are filing 320 Neos. Now, also on this list as well, and one that's kind of a little bit, I won't say remarkable, but probably pretty indicative, is the Challenger 650. With 3,400 there at number 16 place for the last 7 days, because the Challenger 650 recently released in X-Plane, so that shows you quite a few people, most of the people who are probably filing that one are probably flying X-Plane. So it's not to say that X-Plane is not on the list at all, but it's just like the way the 320neo is at the top of the list. When PMDG releases their 737 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's going to change the whole equation, and you're going to see different aircraft suddenly become very popular. The list is going to really change. But right now, because the 320neo is one of the best aircraft, and it's not that it's the best, but like the fly-by-wire aircraft is pretty darn good. But it's also popular because it's free. First of all, that's a huge thing that kind of enters into the calculus of it. It's free. Anyone can download it and get a reasonable airliner working in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But also, it's one of the few kind of mid-range narrow-body jets. The only other really high-quality jet that's available for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the CRJ, it's a little bit shorter range. It's also pay-wear aircraft, so you're probably not going to have as many people using it. It is still number 10 on the list, but it's not quite as far up the list there. But again, I think it's just a question of what are people paying for, right? Yeah, so it's interesting to see how that's on the list. And then the CRJ 900 is also on the list down at number 19. So a lot of aircraft, probably a lot of people probably flying Microsoft Flight Simulator here are represented with those numbers. I just thought it was very interesting to kind of see that. It also just blows my mind, like the popularity of this website. Since SimBrief was launched, there have been 47 million flight plans created. Now, mind you, that's been going, I don't even know when it started originally, but you're talking like 10 years, but still, regardless, 47 million, that's a lot of flight plans. That is a lot of work that's been done by the server over the years. There are over 500,000 registered users on the website, 598,000 registered users. Now, they're not all there on there all the time, but even in the last month, 114,000 people have used, or separate users have used SimBrief. 114,000 users in the last in the last month. Like that's a phenomenal number of regular users for a free website that was just, I won't say it was created on a whim, but it, to me really kind of blows my mind that there's that many people using SimBrief. And again, and I said this yesterday to somebody I was talking to, this is a website that has basically never advertised. No, they don't advertise anywhere. They rely on word of mouth, and that's pretty much it. Now, you can say they have a little bit of kind of advertising going on now that they're part of Navigraph. You know, Navigraph kind of pushes them a little bit, but even before that, even before they got bought by Navigraph, which got taken over by Navigraph, um, here was a website that basically didn't advertise anywhere. They didn't put up banner ads anywhere. People just found out about it word of mouth from other people, and it turned into one of the biggest websites.
9517 smoothed out here at 350. Requesting descent as well.
Now that it's smooth, you want to go down anyways. Sunwing 9517. You're about to leave my airspace to the east. Montreal's not online, so descent is at your discretion. Switch to en route frequency. Surveillance terminates, and have a good night.
Alright, frequency change approved. Sunwing 9517. Thanks for all your help. Have a good night.
Good night. Yeah, it just blows my mind that many people have used that SimBrief. And I mean, I'm not surprised given the quality, the incredible quality of what they have done. Does not surprise me in the least. But still, it just blows my mind when I see that number. Like 47 million flight plans. That's a lot of flight plans. That's more than one flight plan for every Canadian, and not every Canadian's a simmer. Yeah, sometimes just like when you start to get up into millions, it's a hard number for human beings to kind of fathom. Really kind of a weird, hard thing to fathom numbers when you're starting to get up into those numbers where you're dealing with millions. Nope. Also, that's the right one. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, I did. I found it. I guess I guess it got moved somewhere else. So, but I did figure it out. If I can actually turn it on here for the 1.5 as well. Now that I figured it out. But yeah, I guess you added an extra entry for the boxes in the final approach area, which is cool. I'm not trying to be a complaint. I was just trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure out where to go to add these things. I've already lost. It's here somewhere. I'm sure it is. Yes, there it is. TMA airspace is separate from TMA arrival. There we go. That. So I did figure it out in the end. Thank you, Travis. I do appreciate you getting back to me there. I did figure it out. Took me a little while though, in all honesty. Let's see, Timmins still got we got the 0300 weather for Timmins. I'll get at this guy in a minute here. Walker 13 16 Toronto, continue descent 8,000, the Toronto altimeter 3010.
Descend 8,000, Walker 1316.
Had to split up the satellite specialties. Okay, cool. I just didn't know that. I just saw the update came down, and then I couldn't figure out how to turn them back on again. But yeah, I did figure it out now, so thank you.
Center, good evening, Air Canada 843 Heavy with you, flight level 360, 42 nautical miles northeast of the Ottawa BOR.
Air Canada 843 Heavy, Toronto, good evening. Squawk code 0520.
0520 for Air Canada 843 Heavy.
Tango Alpha Victor, Toronto, descend 4,000.
4,000 Tango Alpha Victor.
I'm sure you probably posted something on Discord and I probably just didn't see it. Air Canada 843 Heavy, Toronto, thank you. Identified, flight level 360. Welcome aboard. Tango Alpha Victor, Toronto descend 3000 at Blues, cleared ILS runway 15 right.
Down to 3000 at Blues for clear for the ILS 15 right for Tango Alpha Victor.
I'm being very unorthodox here. And Bearskin 442, I've got the 0300 weather for Timmins if you want to copy it.
Yeah, go ahead for Bearskin 442.
Bearskin 442, Timmins weather 0300. The winds are showing 210 magnetic at 11, gust 20, 15 miles visibility, scattered at 8,000, overcast 9,500, temperature -2, dew point -8, altimeter is 2979er.
Okay, check the weather, and we're planning a contact approach for Timmins, Bearskin 442.
Bearskin 442, Roger. And which runway are you planning on there?
We're going to plan on landing 21 there, but we'll go with the approach overlay on 10.
All right, Bearskin 442, you can plan on that. Now I have to pull open some charts. Guys making me work here. Charts. See what I got for 10 here. And Bearskin 442 Toronto, did you want to go direct up them then to pick up the approach?
If it works for you, we can just keep going direct to the airport and then passing through the overcast layer there. If we can get the clearance for the contact approach, that would work.
Okay, yeah, Bearskin 442, if that's what you want. That should work for me. I got no other traffic right now for Timmins.
Check the remarks. Thanks, Bearskin 442.
Aircan 843 Heavy Toronto. The information in Toronto is now Sierra. Plan runway 24 left for arrival.
Right, 24 left for arrival, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
Yeah, Toronto's in a weird configuration right now. They're landing 24 left and they're departing runway 33 right. I tried to offer this guy 33 right for arrival just to save him the taxi because he's going the north end, but the winds are kind of coming out of the south, so it's weird they're departing 33 right. They're light, but they're out of the south here. The latest wind here is now 190 at 4, so it's a little bit weird. But yeah, runway 23 is closed, so I guess that's the best kind of configuration that gives them a non-intersecting operation. For me, with the amount of traffic I've got, doesn't really matter too much. I got just 2 inbounds for Toronto, 3 inbounds for Toronto. I can handle some intersecting operations, no big deal. I might actually pull up live ATC and just see if it's updated at all or changed.
50% west, 50% west. Chemical residue center at 2226 Zulu. Voice advisory. Bruce and small bird activity in the Toronto International area. Aircraft requiring an engine clearing procedure prior to departure must inform
I got a live one.
control on initial contact. Monitor 133.1 for NOTAM unavailable by data link. Inform ATC that you have information Bravo. Toronto International, information Bravo, weather at 0200 Zulu, wind 220 at 5, visibility 15.
That's crazy that their weather is on 0200 weather. It's 327 Zulu. How have they not updated yet? What's going on in Toronto here?
The approach is ILS, runway 24 left. Departure, runway 33 right. Runway surface condition. Runway 24 left and runway 33 right. Condition hold 555, 50% west, 50% west, 50% west.
Tango Alpha Victor Toronto, the winds right now 190 at 4, clear to land, runway 15 right.
Clear to land 15 right for Tango Alpha Victor.
And Tango Alpha Victor, if it makes it easier for you, there's nobody on final behind you, you can plan a backtrack after you land 15 right all the way back to Juliet.
Okay, roger that. We're going to try and get off on Foxtrot 2 if we can. We'll see how short the landing is here.
Even if you want to backtrack to Foxtrot 2, that will be approved. Nobody's coming behind you for 15 right.
Okay, roger that. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird configuration to give him 15 right, but you know what? You requested it. I've got no reason to say no. There's not enough traffic to There's not enough traffic to really cause an issue there, so it's a little bit quiet though. So I see a bunch of you guys are watching. If anybody wants to come and do something in Toronto, fly some circuits or do something like that, please feel free to log in. I got one guy here on the ground, Air Canada 221. His flight plan is a little bit simplistic, so when he calls up, I'm going to see what he can do. But I can definitely work with it. The traffic's not heavy. I can definitely work with people who are rookies at this and help them get established. We got Ottawa Tower up and running. I would love to see at least one or two more people fly to Ottawa Tower too and give this guy some traffic. He's been on there for about an hour. He had one departure. Sometimes working some of these lower S2 positions, especially if it's not early in the evening, really ends up being really quiet. So if anybody's Bagu 123 like somebody flying a contact approach, yeah. If you want to do it, the weather's good enough for it. I got no problem with it. We'll cancel the IFR and continue inbound on a company note. The weather's good for it. I've got no problem with it. That's what he wants to do. Like, my job as a controller is to make sure airplanes don't hit each other and make sure the system works as efficiently as possible. That's my job. So, yeah, like a contact approach, approving a contact approach or something like that. I'm okay with that. I got no problem with the contact. This guy wants to do a contact. As long as it doesn't cause a problem for somebody else, I'm all for it. Like I said, I give this guy the intersecting runway here, because 2-3 is closed. It sort of makes things a little bit awkward for somebody taxiing all the way to the north end. So I sympathize. I'll give you runway 15 right if you really want it, because it's weird to land runway 33 right. How far is Ottawa from Toronto? I think it's 202. As the crow flies, yeah, it's basically 200 miles. As I recall, I think it was 202 was the distance. We used to have to, we used to have to verify our flight plan.
Good evening, Air Canada 221 information secure. Request clearance to Boston.
Air Canada 221 Toronto, good evening. Are you able to fly the KEPTA 2 departure out of Toronto?
Negative, we're flying with the Air Canada 221.
Air Canada 221, okay, not a problem. You're cleared to Boston via the Toronto Tree departure. You can expect radar vectors to Rochester, flight plan route. Depart runway 33 right, squawk code 0557.
Okay, we're clear to Boston via the Toronto 3 departure, radar vectors, Rochester, flight plan route, departing on 33 right, squawk 0457, Air Canada 221.
Air Canada 221, very close, the squawk is 0557.
0557, Air Canada 221.
Air Canada 221, thanks. That readback is all correct. Information Sierra's current, push back and start up at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Okay, we'll call taxi, Air Canada 221.
Tango Alpha Victor, welcome to Toronto. Continue taxi Foxtrot, Juliet to Kilo, cross runway 23.
Continue Foxtrot to Julia and cross runway 23 for Tango Alpha Victor.
Lufthansa Tree 9er Bravo Heavy Toronto. You're leaving my airspace to the east. Montreal's not online. Surveillance service terminates and switch to the en route frequency. Have a good night. I lost another one. I thought I killed his tracking there. Yeah. Lufthansa 139er Bravo Toronto.
DLH 139 Bravo Toronto. Sorry about that.
Lufthansa 139 Bravo, no problem. You're actually leaving my airspace to the east, so your surveillance service terminates. You can switch back to the en route frequency and have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much. Switch to Unicom. Have a nice night.
What was I going to say? I totally forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, we used to want to become famous. No, I do not. Yeah, I used to have to read out the routing. So when we'd program the FMS, I'd have to read out the routing. And at the bottom of the routing would be the total distance that was flown on that routing. So I remember Ottawa. It was Adavsi, Tisak, Taleb, Bomet, Canik, Lanark, Faisal, Ottawa, 202. And we'd have to read it. And you said it so many times that like I would wake up in the middle of the night like screaming, like Dazzy Tease it, Taylor Bowman. Like you said, you just said it so many times because you'd read it off the FMS and you read it so many times. One guy would read it off the FMS, the other guy would check the flight plan, check, and make sure that all the points were there. So I'd like it's. I read that so many times, and at the end of it, you'd always say the distance because at the bottom of that flight plan after the last waypoint was the distance, the total distance flown. So Ottawa was always 202. So yeah, it's 200 miles. It's a short flight. You can do it. Even the Dash 8, it was flight planned at 36 minutes most of the time. So please log in if you guys are, if you're near the sim and you want some ATC, I will be here for an hour. And I don't know about this Ottawa Tower Controller, but if you want to fly Ottawa to Toronto, I will be here for an hour. So you can log in right now. You can fly that flight. I will be here for your arrival. So and best of all, give that guy in Ottawa something to do too. He's a student. He's still learning and could always use the practice. Crickets. Oh, Walker 1316 descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000, Walker 1316.
Center Air Canada 843 Heavy, 30 miles from top of descent.
Air Canada 843 Heavy, Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
Descend when ready, 240, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
Got to be a little bit quieter now too, so I would love to have some more people. Love to have some more traffic. We do have this one guy inbound from the south. He's just crossing Raleigh right now, so he'll be here in probably about an hour. I would say he's probably about an hour out. We got the Bearskin's going to land about an hour too. We got somebody inbound from the east, I thought. No? Oh, he's way out there. Oh yeah, it's like transatlantic. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, would love to see another person fly from Ottawa because I'd love to get that Ottawa Tower. Like I feel bad for students on VATSIM sometimes when you do staff like a minor position and just nobody comes. And Ottawa's a good airport. Like Ottawa, there's fantastic scenery. Like, and I really love the scenery. It's from Roman Designs. It's payware scenery, but this guy has absolutely done a detailed version of Ottawa that is as good as any other developer out there in terms of the level of detail he's got. Absolutely fantastic down to the flags on the parking garage and hangars that are open with detailed interiors. Really good. Only trouble is that the terminal building he made is so complicated with so many aspects to it that it's very hard on the frame rate, which is very unfortunate because his scenery looks really good, but it's not optimized, and that's the only thing. But he's created models that definitely match anybody else out there. And if you have like a really high-end sim, then, a really high-end computer, then it's probably fine. My simming computer is not that great. My graphics card is a GTX 1060. It's old. I think that graphics card is 10 years old now. I'm slowly trying to save my pennies for a new one, but at the same time, I really kind of want to get that Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant. So I don't know what I'm going to do first. I'm probably going to end up with the Honeycomb first because my throttles are really starting to get, my cheap Sci-Tech throttles are starting to get really noisy. A lot of noise in them. Walker 1316 at Amalou. You're cleared the ILS runway 24 right, correction, 24 left, and leave 4,000 on the glide slope.
At Amalou, cleared ILS 24 left, leave 4,000 on the glide slope, Walker 1316.
Roger. Canada's push there.
And Toronto Center, Tango Alpha Victor is parked at the FBO. Thank you very much for your services, sir, and we'll see you next time.
Tango Alpha Victor, no problem. Have yourself a good night. Delta 213. I feel like I've seen that guy. Is that the guy who built like his own like full? I just happened to glance my Twitch thing here as a recommended channel, Delta 213. I wonder is that the guy who built his own sim in his apartment in Manhattan? Built like a full scale sim. Texas One Flyboy says he just ordered the Bravo throttle and it supposedly arrives on Thursday, and the next will be the video card. Yeah, and I think that's going to be the order I'm going to go in. I'm saving my pennies. Basically, every time you guys watch an ad, thank you, because you're slowly contributing to me buying that Bravo. I am basically saving the money that I make from streaming to try and buy that hardware, so that I don't have to spend too much money. Because honestly, right now the inflation rate is just starting to get absolutely killer out there. I just blows my mind like what the price of gas is now. Food was expensive enough already in the last year, and now when you start throwing the price of increase in fuel prices on top of that, food is going to become ridiculously expensive. People are going to go back to eating nothing but like pasta, the cheapest meal you can make, spaghetti and spaghetti and tomato sauce, and people are going to live off that. Like I make a decent living. I'm not going to say that, but like I'm starting to wonder, like sometimes, like when I go to the grocery store, like how, my God, like I spend a lot of money on food. Like I wonder how people who are pulling in like a low wage, like a minimum wage job, how they even afford to have a place to live and put food on the table. Like it's the inflation on food is just scary. I haven't seen inflation like this in a generation. It's been crazy, but of course, the other problem with trying to buy a graphics card these days, besides of course saving up the money for it, is trying to find a decent one that's actually available. That's that can.
Air Canada 221 information Sierra, ready for taxi.
Air Canada 221 Toronto runway 33 right. Information is Sierra. The altimeter 3010. Taxi Delta Romeo Delta and hold short.
Okay, Delta Romeo Delta hold short 33 right. Air Canada 221.
He's on the taxi. Bearskin 442 Toronto. When ready, descend 10,000. Timmins altimeter 2979er.
10,000 on altimeter of 2970, Bearskin 440. Correction, 2979, Bearskin 444.
Bearskin 442 Reg. All right, there he goes. Yeah. Every time every once in a while, I'll window shop for graphics cards on the internet, and most of the time, like any one that I'm mildly interested in is gone. The only ones that are usually in stock are like the ultra high end ones that nobody can afford, or super cheap ones. Like I'm kind of going mid range. Like I don't have an infinite budget, so I'm not going to go like ultra high end. But I want to kind of go mid range. Yeah, and I absolutely, I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars over MSRP. Absolutely not. If I can't find it at a store for something close to MSRP, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not gonna go on eBay or whatever, or Kijiji, and buy like huge markup. I'm not gonna. I refuse to kind of support the people who do that kind of stuff, where they go and they buy all these graphics cards just to resell them at a $500 premium. Not going to support that at all. So yeah, but that's the thing. It's like at your computer store, like when they get them in stock, they're usually gone in a day or two if you're not on it. So Walker 1316 Toronto. The winds are showing 200 at 5. Clear to land. Runway 24 left.
Clear land 24 left. Walker 1316.
So yeah, I don't know. Half the challenge is just going to be getting these cards. Is finding a card that I can afford. That's a reasonable card that I can afford, but B, it's also in stock when I need it. What is the distance from the threshold of 33 right to 24 left? It's 0.3, which is that's almost 2,000 feet. It should be enough for him to depart without crossing.
Ready for departure.
Air Canada 221, line up runway 33 right.
Line up runway 33 right, Air Canada 221.
I don't want him to go until this guy's yeah, he's shot enough out there. He's still coming up on just a 2-mile final. Depends on how fast he gets to position too. That's the other thing I want to see, is how fast does he get to position. Air Canada 843 Heavy Toronto, continue descent 8,000, the Toronto altimeter 3010.
Continue down to 8,000, Air Canada 843 Heavy. Toronto Bearskin 442 vacating 210 for 10.
Bearskin 442 Roger. Air Canada 221, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 200 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 33 right.
Clear for takeoff 33 right, we'll contact you when airborne, Air Canada 221.
Where's my Timmins chart here? 2,800. Mile safe is 34, so I can get down to 4,000. See, because he's got to be rolling, and the jet blast has got to be kind of dissipated before he passes this point. He's rolling now. Visualizing the jet blast here. That was my concern, is you don't, and that's probably why they're landing 2-4 left, in all honesty. They're landing 2-4 left because they don't need to worry too much about aircraft jet blast from a takeoff on 3-3 right on 2-4 left, because it's 2,000 feet away. 3-3 right to 2-4 right is only about 1,000 feet. That's close enough that at full takeoff power, an aircraft, especially a larger aircraft departing 3-3 right, could potentially blow someone off of runway 2-4 right. Walker 1316, welcome to Toronto. Turn right on Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, and what gate are you parking at?
We'll be parking at gate 135 tonight, Walker 1316.
Walker 1316, thank you for 135. You can taxi Charlie Alpha and Alpha Kilo for 135.
All right, cross runway 24 right, taxi Charlie Alpha Alpha Kilo, gate 135, Walker 1316.
You got it.
And Air Canada 221, we're passing 2.34, 5,000.
Air Canada 221 Toronto, thanks. Identified, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Air Canada 221.
Just waiting for him to hit that 3,600. Air Canada 221, turn right heading 140.
Right heading 140, Air Canada 221.
Bearskin 442, continue descent 4,000.
4,000 now, Bearskin 442.
There we go, there's the distance readout. Very good. Canada computers won't even show the actual stock on their website. The only way I got 1660 was being at the store and noticed that they had them. Yeah, and that's my favorite.
Air Canada 221, was that left heading for 140?
Right turn 140, Air Canada 221.
Canada 221.
Yeah, that's the only way I notice. That's the only place I shop for most of my computer stuff. I will look at other stores, and if I see like a really good deal on something, but Canada computers, I trust them a lot, because the people who work there really actually do know computers. It's not like you go somewhere a little more mainstream, like you go to like Best Buy, they sell computer components, but the people there have no clue what they're doing. They don't know what to check for. Like Canada computers, they open, you buy a motherboard, they open the motherboard box in front of you, and we all look at the pins together and make sure all the pins on your socket are intact, nothing's bent. So we all agree when you buy it that that's correct. No other places don't even bother with that. So yeah, I do like Canada computers. Yeah, it's a pity that you don't have that they won't even show the stock on their website. So I mean, yeah, you at the end of the day you have to go there. Like I've seen some cards, and I look at the price, and like I don't have the money saved away for that. I need to save more money. But I think that Bravo's going to come first. I really like the noise in my throttle quadrant now is getting very annoying. All the good stores closed in the past 2 years. Had to buy over MSRP. I'd love to fly here a Space Night. Still working. I need to win the lottery and retire so I can flight some more. Sounds like a good deal. Win the lottery, then you can build yourself a whole nice big sim pit. And you can fly it. You can fly, 24 hours a day. Fly like those guys do in Australia. I can't think of their names, but the guys that do the fundraiser, the world flight every year. See, and then, yeah, I don't know if I would quit my job, but I would definitely try to work less if I won the lottery. But I don't think I totally quit my job. I still enjoy doing it. I just would do it a little bit less, and definitely would spend more time simming, or more time with the family, hopefully too. Win the lottery, my wife can quit her job because she doesn't want to really do that anymore. I don't think so. She can stay home. We can all enjoy simming together. Yeah, she does not do much simming. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna guess Texas One Flyboy that you live in Texas, and then it's a shame to hear that your computer stores are not doing well down there. Yeah, ever since it's funny. Like I was talking to a friend of mine. I remember the original Canada Computers. I shopped with my father at the original Canada Computers in the Pacific Mall like 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I remember that, and the deals you would get were just absolutely phenomenal. Let's see, can I give this guy? Yeah, he won't go through the airspace, right? Air Canada 221. Proceed direct to Rochester VOR and climb flight level 310.
Okay, direct Rochester VOR and climb flight level 310, Air Canada 221.
There was a Boston Center, but I think I saw him. Yeah, I think I saw him log off, so he's gone. Slowly losing the aircraft here, or the ATC here. Where is he? See, I don't see him in my list anymore, but I just looked at VATSPY, and it looks like there's a Boston Center in VATSPY, so unless he literally logged off in the last 30 seconds, which is always possible. Yeah, he did. Literally, he did. I just refreshed it a second time, and he's gone. That's okay. We got one more inbound from the south right now, and that's about it. So, I mean, it's not going to be the most exciting. Yes, sir. Austin, singles, over 60, love my job, but have other things I'd rather do now. Yeah, exactly. Well, if you're single, then yep, this is the hobby for you. Because try explaining this one to your kids and your wife, and it's like, you want to do what now? You want to build a sim what in the basement? It's gonna cost me how? It's gonna cost how much? Can't we just renovate the kitchen for that money? Yeah, my sim bit is as probably as advanced as it's gonna get. I think the nice thing about the honeycomb too is it's got like the the sort of mini mode control panel, the autopilot panel on there, so you can actually have like a few dedicated buttons instead of clicking through the sim. So that would be nice to have, I think, sometimes, and certainly the knobs for adjusting altitude and speed and stuff like that. So amateur radio guy and a student pilot. Wow. Not only do you have plenty of hobbies, but they're expensive hobbies. It's a good thing you're single, or is that the reason why you're single? uh, you want to fly fake planes after flying real planes all day? Yeah. What kind of an idiot would do that? I don't want to fly fake planes after flying all day. I just want to control the fake planes all day. Fly the real planes and control the fake ones. There you go. Seems like a good use of my time. uh, Good times, yeah. Yeah, I have to. It's funny because I just every year I put just like in really small initials on the calendar. I just put CTP on our calendar, on our family calendar every year in April and in October. And my wife's like, "Does that mean you're going to be in front of the computer like for the whole bloody day?" I'm like, "Yep." Oh, she had no idea what she's getting into when she married me, I think. And she still hasn't divorced me yet, so.
Trail Center, Walker 1316, parked at the gate. Thanks for great service tonight. Good night.
Walker 1316, not a problem. Thank you so much for flying and giving us the traffic at both ends. We'll see you next time. He was the one guy that took off from Ottawa, so he was the one thing Ottawa Tower got to do. And now it looks like Ottawa Tower's getting ready to log off after 2 hours and only one airplane. She's a keeper. Oh, well, wait till I tell her that all of you guys approve. She'll be like, yeah, that would be the nerds that you spend your whole night talking to. It's like, yeah, those guys. I feel like she's not going to value your opinion all that highly, unfortunately. Bearskin 442 Toronto. Timmins is at your 12 o'clock for about 26 miles reported in sight.
Okay, we'll call the field here, just passing through layer Bearskin 442.
Canadian Express 673. Oh, yeah, there's two inbound. I forgot. Sorry, there's a second. Oh, and he's actually much closer. Oh, yeah, we're good. This guy right here.
Toronto Bearskin 442, get the field there now.
Bearskin 442, thanks. You're cleared the contact approach for runway 21.
Okay, cleared the contact Bearskin 442.
Bearskin 442. I've got no further traffic observed reported between you and the field. You can switch the local frequencies for advisory and give me a call this frequency down and clear.
Sure, the Simmons radio now, and we'll call you down and clear. Bearskin 442.
Hey, look, you got two guys. And I should keep him on there so he stays in my list. Thanks for the emotional damage, Travis says. I didn't realize you were so sensitive. I'm sorry. I take it all back. She would love you. She will absolutely adore you. And I'm sure she values your opinion very highly. Crap. Air Canada 221 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the southeast. Cleveland's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates and have a good night.
Okay, over to Unicom, Air Canada 221. Have a good night.
All right, Ottawa Tower's going to stick around for just a little bit longer. I asked him if he would stick around, if he's going to stick around, because he suddenly has two on the ground there in Ottawa. He's got a 172 and a CRJ. The CRJ is coming this way, so thank you to whoever that is. And of course, if that's one of you guys watching, thank you very much for doing that. If not, then it's just lucky coincidence, I guess. Air Canada 843 Heavy, proceed direct Lisdu, descend 4,000.
Direct Lisdu down to 4,000, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
And direct Lisdu. Alright, I'm gonna listen to this ATIS one more time, because I can't believe it was still the 0200 weather at like 3:30.
Chemical residue present at 2226 Zulu.
I hope you guys don't mind me listening to this, but especially because it's kind of a weird configuration right now. I just want to monitor and like make sure I still have the right configuration here.
Prior to departure, must inform ground control on initial contact. Monitor 133.1 for NOTAM unavailable by data link. Inform ATC that you have information Bravo.
Still Bravo.
Toronto International, information Bravo, weather at 0200 Zulu, wind.
It's 356 Zulu. How would they still have that 0200 weather on the ATIS? That ATIS machine has been on the fritz lately. It's really kind of interesting. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. The ATIS machine in Toronto was having a real hard time because it had completely the wrong altimeter setting. The whole weather sequence was right, except that the altimeter was way out. It was actually 2956 and it was advertising 2996, which and the ceiling was at 300 feet, 500 feet. It was a pretty low ceiling for them to actually have an ATIS that was not working properly. And then the altimeter setting was out that far. It was a little disconcerting. I actually went and retrieved the METAR twice to just make sure that I had the right altimeter setting in there, because that's actually quite that's pretty serious. The ATIS is putting out the wrong altimeter setting, and it's solid IMC. It's not like, okay, it's VMC. I can see the runway. I know we're not going to be, it was solid IMC. It would have been really kind of really potentially dangerous situation if you have an altimeter setting that's out by that much. You could be, aircraft could be out by 300-400 feet on the altitude. I wonder, I just closed the that live ATC window altogether. I wonder if I close it and reopen it altogether, maybe it'll reset. Is it still just like stuck in that loop with that old weather for some reason? So I'm going to try it one more time and see if it's any different. Because I find it surprising that it's not been updated. All right, this I believe is the Canadian Express 673, and then I think this is probably Air Canada 1019.
The approach is ILS, runway 24 left. Departure, runway 33 right. Runway surface conditions. Runway 24
Still the same
left
config. I guess
on
this is the night,
runway
the config for
33
tonight.
right. Condition code 555, 50% west, 50% west, 50% west. Chemical residue present. At 2226 Zulu. Voice advisory. Goose and small bird activity in the Toronto International area. Aircraft requiring an engine clearing procedure prior to departure must inform ground control on initial contact. Monitor 133.1 for NOTAM unavailable by data link. Inform ATC that you have information Charlie. Toronto International, information Charlie, weather at 0300 Zulu, wind 200 at 5, visibility 1.
Anywho, now they got Charlie at least. It's moved along. Unfortunately, it's gotten pretty quiet. I wonder how long this Jazz will take to get moving here. Because he only just logged on, so it might be a little while before he gets going. We got a couple of arrivals inbound from the south. We got two more arrivals inbound from the south. We have this Jazz guy coming in from the east. We got our Bearskin landing, this guy landing here. So hopefully it'll keep kind of steady. I'd like to see one or two departures at least log in Toronto, but it's gotten late now. It's 4 Zulu, so it's 11 p.m. Toronto time. You're not going to see too many people. Oh, but there is someone. I just noticed is looking at VATSIM. There's somebody on the ground in Oshawa. Let's pull up Oshawa. He came the other night too, and he flew Oshawa down to the island. He did like a full stop, and then he went back and took off and flew back again. So maybe he'll do something similar again tonight. Something at least something to look at, something to do. Air Canada 843 Heavy at Lisdu cleared the ILS runway 24 left.
Clear for the ILS 24 left, up to Lisdu, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
Hey. Not a whole lot going on, but it's a good time to talk about anything else. If anybody else has any questions. Oh, and I just noticed here on the departure list that looks like Jazz 565 has a clearance, so that means hopefully he'll be pushing back and getting out of there in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So just enough time for him to probably get all the way here to Toronto before we'll terminate the stream. Planning to keep going until about 05 Zulu, so about 1 hour from now. Planning to terminate the stream. If it gets really boring and there's literally nothing happening and no airplanes left, then I may cut it off early. So there's no point in all of us looking at a blank screen. I can talk, but nobody wants to hear me talk for that long. But I am excited for Across the Pond. It is coming up. It's April 2nd, so it's basically just under 4 weeks from now. It's gonna about 3.5 weeks from now, I guess. It's gonna be tons of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope to be live streaming that as well. So if you're around on April 2nd, and even if you're not, you can vicariously live through the rest of us. Yeah, I plan to be here streaming on April 2nd. I don't even know exactly what time it's going to start at. It's probably going to be mid-afternoon Eastern time here, Toronto time. Because I'm actually going to be...
442.
Bearskin 442 Toronto.
Bearskin 442 down and cleared Timmins. Looking to close the IFR flight plan.
Bearskin 442, thanks. The IFR flight plan is closed. Learning service terminated. Have yourself a good night. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks. Have yourself a great night.
Too bad. Yeah, I will be working right now. My plan is, of course, to work in the Vancouver sector. Vancouver was selected as one of the arrival airports for this year's Cross the Pond. So that's my plan, is to work the Vancouver sector. I don't know exactly what position I'm going to be working, but I will be working in Vancouver. So the arrivals probably will not start in Vancouver until until probably at least probably close to 20 Zulu, I think. 19 to 20 Zulu, something in that time range, probably for the first arrivals. So yeah, I'll start streaming sometime around there. If you're not a member of my Discord, please join my Discord. I try to answer questions there when I do get the chance, but of course, the one thing that I really do primarily use my Discord for is just to sort of publish a streaming schedule in advance when I know what's going on um, with my streaming with my schedule. Unfortunately, and I have had people ask me about this. Oh, do I stream on a regular basis? I do stream on a regular basis, but I don't stream on a predictable, consistent basis every same time every single week or anything like that because my schedule changes week to week. So I have to sort of uh, find time within my schedule to stream. Um, Let me just generate here and pop it in there because I see a whole bunch of new faces in my in the stream here in the audience here. So just give me 1 second while I just invite. And pop it into the chat here. 1 second. Where's the chat window gone? There it is. Yeah, so for any of you guys watching, yeah, I have a kind of a general chat channel in my Discord where you can ask questions, and if I have a chance, I will try to answer them. Air Canada 843 Heavy, Toronto. The winds are 200 at 5, clear to land, runway 24 left.
So land 24 left, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
But also, I just use it as a way to just publish my streaming in advance. I'm not a huge fan of social media. I'm becoming a little bit of an old fart in my old age. I've pretty much vanished off of Facebook. Never liked the idea behind Twitter at all. Yeah, I really don't have too much out there in the way of social media accounts. YouTube is the closest thing I have to a social media existence. So I just use Discord as a sort of a little way of pushing out announcements about future streaming dates, usually a couple days in advance once I've sort of firmed up my schedule. But yeah, if anybody wants to, please join the Discord, and especially if you want to know specifically when I'm going to be streaming for Across the Pond, I will mark that in my schedule ahead of time once we sort of narrowed down exactly what the schedule is going to be. I mean, obviously, it's 3 weeks out. We're still working on who's going to be working where and when. Really, at the end of the day, that schedule is just only starting to be roughed in. It's not necessarily set yet. So trying to look at what we have in terms of resources, who's available, what skill sets we have, and what positions we need before we make any choices. So yeah, yeah, if you want to find out in advance, then go ahead and join my Discord. If you would like to be surprised, then just follow me here on Twitch or follow my YouTube channel as well. It's the same thing. It's youtube.com/CaptainNabs, and I will and you'll get notified when the stream does go live on that day. I try not to do too many plugs. Try not to do too many shameless plugs of my channels here. Again, I'm not a huge social media person, and I'm not big on necessarily like and subscribe. Don't forget. Sometimes it gets a little obnoxious when you're watching videos. It's like, yeah, I know how the subscribe function in YouTube works. You're not the first channel to ask me to do this. Air Canada 843, welcome to Toronto. Right turn Delta 4, continue across runway 24 right, and where are you parking?
We're going to 173, and we'll cross 24 right at Delta or Air Canada 843.
Air Canada 843, 173. Okay. Taxi. Make it Delta 4 across 24 right, and then Charlie Alpha. Let's make it in Alpha Mike.
Okay, Delta 4 cross 24 right, Delta Charlie, Alpha Mike for gate 173, Air Canada 843 Heavy.
You got it. And now all of a sudden my airspace is blank. I got no airplanes left. But this guy's coming. He'll be here in a minute. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I think Cross the Pond's going to be really fun this year. As I understand it, they've upped the slots slightly from the previous event. So I think they upped it by like another 5% or something. VATSIM's really kind of the planning team's really kind of just working in like small spurts and like seeing like just pushing a little bit further every time, but they don't want to really the key is you don't want to have like it turn into a total disaster. And if you like suddenly like increase it by like 25% because that's how many we need to kind of accommodate everyone who wants to participate, you end up with a total disaster and nobody wants to participate in the future. So they're just sort of pushing the upper boundary every time, every iteration of the event now. Canadian Express 673 with Toronto. But yeah, so there's going to be a few more slots. There's definitely lots of airports. I have to say, I do like the variety of airports for this year's Cross the Pond selection. It was really quite an impressive list. Interesting combinations. That being said, it's not going to be a complete and total every airport availability kind of deal. You're not going to be able to fly all of the possible airport combinations. Some of them are just too long. So Istanbul to Vancouver is not happening. That would be a 13 and something hour flight, and between the how early Istanbul would have to log on to and how late Vancouver would have to stay on in order to kind of accommodate that extreme, it just was not feasible. So some of the combinations are going to be based solely on or going to be limited solely based on the length of time that the flight will take. All right, Canadian Express 673 is text only, which is kind of boring for for streaming, but what are you going to do? So good evening, set squawk code 0555. And we got one more guy after that, inbound from the south, Air Canada 1079. We got this Oshawa guy, and that's about it. Oh, we got a couple more actually now. Yeah, oh sorry, yeah, we do have the Jazz departing Ottawa, so that's good. We got somebody on the ground down in what, JFK? Yeah, JFK coming to Toronto, but he's on the ground still, so you'd be hard pressed to get here in the next hour. But I don't really have a hard limit. That 5 Zulu is not a hard limit. There he is. Nice.
Channel Center, Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, Toronto. Good evening.
Good evening, Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey on Oshawa ground, eastbound departure 3000.
Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, stand by just one moment.
Roger that.
All right, so Canadian Express 673 is identified. Runway 24 left. What is going on? Why does it seem to want to send him so far? Weird. For left. Rosy Link 3. Why is it sending him all the way out there? What is this flight plan doing here? I might just purge some waypoints out of his flight plan just to see if it'll calculate better. That's better. All right, I just removed some waypoints. Okay, Yankee Romeo Whiskey Toronto. Sorry for that. I was just finishing with a text pilot there. So your local east, just stand by one. I'll pull up the Oshawa weather. Not ready here. Not thinking.
No worries. We'll be waiting. Thank you. Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey. Winds are 240 at 4. Let's see here. Runway. Let's make it runway 30 for departure. And I'm just trying to find you here. And Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, say again your type of aircraft?
That'll be Cessna 153 Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, okay, and also just confirm you're going to be returning again to Oshawa after your flight?
That is correct. We'll probably stay in the air for about 20 minutes and we return back.
Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey. Okay, thank you. Runway 30 and squawk code 1210.
1210 and runway 30. We're ready for taxi.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey. Thank you. Taxi Bravo. And hold short runway 30. Advise ready.
Hold short 30. Advise ready. Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
And Yankee Romeo Whiskey Toronto, if I didn't say it, clear to cross runway 0523.
That is correct. Clear across 23. Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
All right, there we go. Got this guy text only, but I got him sorted. I got this guy a flight plan. I totally forget what I was talking about. I feel like I was probably talking about Cross the Pond some more. It is the event of the season, so I'm always excited for it. It's always fun. I mean, it's nonstop work for about 6 hours, and I love every minute of it. Every time I do it, the busier it is, the more fun I think it is. Yeah, I was just saying. I guess I was just saying that yeah, not every combination of airports is available because, again, they're trying to. The Across the Pond team is really trying to balance like providing like the maximum amount of variety and traffic with also trying to make sure that there's enough staff to handle whatever gets thrown their way. So um, there's always a bit of a give and take in that. There's never enough controllers on VATSIM. At the end of the day, there's just never enough controllers to really provide service everywhere all the time that people want. So it's one of those things where they really are trying to balance the need. The Cross the Pond team is aware that more people want to participate in Cross the Pond than ever get into it. Totally aware of that. And it's not that they're ever trying to make an exclusive event that people cannot participate in. What they're trying to do is they're just trying to simply balance the ability of the controlling staff of the VATSIM network to meet the demand that is brought forward on Cross the Pond Day. And so every year they're trying to push just a little bit further and see if they can get just a few more routes, a few more airports, a few more aircraft in the air, and still not completely overload the system and push it to the point where the system just completely falls apart because there's so much going on that nobody can keep track of it. So for anyone who's trying to get in and hopefully get a slot, I wish you good luck. I don't even know if the slots are open yet. I've been trying to help set up the. I've been trying to help set up, sort of organize Vancouver's participation in this. So I haven't even been paying attention, but expression of interest. What does expression of interest mean?
Center Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey ready for departure. Holding short 30.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey Toronto, right turnout. Report leaving the zone 5 miles east. Winds 240 at 4. Clear for takeoff. Runway 30.
Report leaving the zone 5 miles east. Right turnout approved. Clear takeoff 30. Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
All right, so for this year's Cross the Pond westbound event, we're taking measures to better plan and coordinate how event slots are assigned to event participants. The slot lottery will run in the evening of Monday, October 20. Well, that's for last. That's funny. The dates and times are from the previous Cross the Pond. Slot lottery will run in the evening, Monday, October 11th. If you rank highly enough in the lottery, you receive a booking time for some point that week. You'll be able to view the remaining slots and book your choice from that time onwards. The higher you rank, the earlier you can book, and therefore the wider your choice is. It is likely that some members with a booking time at the end of the week will only have a few or perhaps no slots left available. On Monday, 18th October, and all slots not already taken will be available for anyone to book. If you book a slot, you'll be required to return to the site between 22nd and 27th of October to confirm you'll be flying. Those who don't return to confirm the booking will have their slot dropped and made available to other pilots. It will be mandatory to provide a call sign and a maximum estimated flight level by this point. By entering expression for the event, you confirm that you have read and understood this requirement. You have expressed an interest. Interesting. Okay, so the slot lottery, it appears the slot lottery is not yet open. But it will be open soon, and I do like the lottery concept because it really kind of it helps make things a little bit more fair for everybody. In the past, it's been so hard to kind of fairly distribute slots, so it's kind of nice to see that the team is taking a lot of steps to try and diversify that. And one of the big things in the lottery is that generally the people who have not been able to participate the last year or the last 1 or 2 years are the ones who will get the highest ranking in the lottery. So it's kind of nice. Those people who didn't get to participate last year will get the most chance to participate this year. And I like that reconfirmation. I didn't even realize that was in there in that place last year. I really like that idea. Because yeah, so often people book a slot and then they're still unable, and the slot goes unused because the slot is still booked. It still belongs to that person. Canadian Express 673 to send 8,000. It's nice to kind of see that confirmation. Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey Toronto. Your squawk code should be 1210.
Apologies, changing now 1210, Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Toronto Center, good evening, Air Canada 1079 Heavy with you, descent to flight level 380.
Air Canada 1079 Heavy Toronto, good evening, squawk at it. Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, thank you. You're identified at 2100, thanks.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Air Canada 1079 Toronto, thank you. You're identified descending through 370. Information in Toronto is Tango now. Plan runway 24 left for arrival. Descend 17,000.
Okay, we're descending now 17,000. Planning for 24 left, and we'll check information Tango. Air Canada 1079 Heavy.
But there is, if you do want to participate across the pond, there is an
Toronto Air Canada 1079 Heavy, if possible, I'd like to request the RNAV X-ray.
Air Canada 1079. You can plan the RNAV X-ray.
Air Canada 1079 Heavy.
Toronto Center, Jazz 565 airborne, Ottawa, runway 07, 2,000 feet.
Jazz 565 Toronto, good day. Identified, climb 13,000.
13,000, Jazz 565.
Jazz 565, turn left, direct 2 gear on course.
Direct 2 gear on course, Jazz 565.
Jazz 565. The voice always gives it away. All right. I was fortunate enough to control the Memphis airspace during that event. Yeah, always tons of fun. Like it's one of the main reasons I think why I still stay in this hobby to this day is I love Cross the Pond. It's fantastic. It really is like it's if you can push yourself through that real world conditions, there's nothing you can't do, I think. Texas One Flyboy says he just found the VATSIM
And Tower Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey clearing out of control zone.
Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, thank you. You can switch the en route frequency and give me a call this frequency when you're about to re-enter the control zone.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Just found the VATSIM post, so pilots are allowed to join our slot lottery. Started today, so that's good. Yeah, so if you go to the ctp.vatsim.net, there is an expression of interest. You can say that you're interested in participating in the lobby, and then once you do that, then it'll in the lottery, and then it'll calculate what your lottery winnings are, your lottery odds are, and we'll assign you a time you can start booking slots accordingly, which is it.
Toronto Air Canada 1079 Heavy. We're getting quite a bit of chop on the descent. We had to roll the speed back. We may not be making the restriction at you.
Okay, 1079 Heavy. Okay, do your best. Yeah, I had earlier reports west of Trenton that said moderate turbulence. down to about 220. Hopefully below that should smooth out for you.
Yeah, we got a heavy to moderate chop right now.
All right. Yeah, let me know if it doesn't smooth out below 220.
Okay.
Jazz 565, Toronto, continue climb flight level 320.
320, Jazz 565.
And Canadian Express 673, descend 6,000. They let me try out center at the end. See, and at the end of the day, I think as the approach controller, you are probably the most prestigious, certainly the busiest position, I think, for across the pond. The approach controller is probably the busiest single position. Center has a lot of airplanes, but they require a little bit less work usually. Hopefully, by the time they get to you, they're fairly well balanced already. That's the other thing too. Move this down slightly. That's what I usually say, anyways, is that they should be fairly well balanced. Like by the time they get to get, certainly for westbound where we're doing arrivals, by the time they've gotten across the pond and get all the way to these airports, they should be fairly well balanced. They should be 10 miles in trail fairly consistently, and center just has to keep them that way. The arrival controller then has to combine all these lines together and make them work somehow. That's where things really get busy. Ah, you were in a main arrival. Okay, yeah. And it doesn't matter where you are. Like as long as you're online, like not everyone gets a slot, and not everyone can commit to a whole 8-hour flight. But knowing that there's this many people, I love coming in and just flying it. Even if I can't commit to a big slot, I'll fly just like a smaller flight, like an hour flight, like Boston to New York or Toronto or something. Anything to sort of just to sort of bask in the glow of all this ATC. Air Canada 1079 heavy, continue descent 11,000. Toronto altimeter 3009er.
Roger, continue down 11,000. We have information taking up.
Texas 1 Flyboy says, is it possible to log in as an observer during the event? Yes, I don't believe there's anything that prohibits you from doing that. I'm pretty sure you could observe during the event. It's pretty crazy, but there usually are people observing. Like most of the airports now will usually have a separate traffic manager position, and whoever's running that traffic manager position will probably be observing. So yeah, it's definitely very possible to observe, absolutely, and you could probably learn a lot, like as a controller or as a pilot, just by logging in and observing during cross the pond, because there's just so much going on, and trying to keep track of it is just phenomenal. And shameless self-promotion plug: if you go back in my channel here you will find a whole bunch of cross the pond videos I've done over the years. I've done quite a few over the years, and I've recorded and live streamed a lot of them. Let's see if I can even just provide you with a quick link. I guess I shouldn't say look in my channel, because I'm not actually streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming on Twitch, so it's not in this channel. But let me see if I can just find you one or two of my cross the pond videos, because even just from last year, it was tons of fun. I loved it so much. It just, you can't beat that level of traffic. Let's see here. This was actually 2020. Ah, look away. anyways, sorry. Searching for things sometimes is not the best on stream, but yeah, you found them on YouTube. Yeah, here's one of them anyways. This is from a couple years ago, but pretty much I streamed almost everything lately. For some reason, I did not go to Canadian Express 673.
Air Canada 1079, we're in smooth air now, just below 17,000.
Air Canada 1079, copy 17,000. Thank you for that. And he wanted to do the RNAV X-ray, so let me just see what I've got here for an RNAV X-ray, because I don't even know what the waypoints are on this. We don't do them very often, but why not? We don't have a whole lot of traffic. I can definitely accommodate requests tonight. So RNAV X-ray for 24 left. Nougat. Air Canada 1079 heavy. Proceed direct Nougat.
Direct Nougat now, Air Canada 1079 heavy.
Air Canada 1079 heavy. Descend 6,000.
Sending 6,000 now.
All right. Jazz is slowly climbing there. I got this one, whatever he is, 152, I think he said. Nougat. Ugh, I gave the wrong guy direct Nougat here. Somehow I put. There we go. And speed 160 or faster to CureX for Canadian Express 673. Didn't mean to send that far out. I got distracted at the wrong moment. I was looking up that, looking up the approach plate and then got distracted. And speed 160 to or faster to CureX. He's confirmed. Cool. Let's see, Nougat.
Toronto Center Walker 1752 heavy.
Walker 1752 heavy, Toronto.
Good evening, we got Tango Charlie 36 IFR to Frankfurt.
Walker 1752 Toronto, cleared to Frankfurt. Dead key for departure, Rackham transition, and the flight plan route. Departure runway is tree right, squawk code 0567.
Walker 1752 heavy cleared Frankfurt. Dead key for Rackham. Flight plan route top 33 right 0567.
Walker 1752, thanks. That readback is all correct. Information Tango's current. Pushback startup at your discretion and call ready for taxi. I sent him way too far out. I think it'll be okay because Nougat's right there, and then it kind of goes to Ig sucks and then inbound. So I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, he's going to definitely fall in behind. I'll keep an eye on the speed, but I think it's going to be fine. All right. Jazz is slowly climbing out there. I see you, Travis. Based on your earlier statement, I'm guessing that the Airbus 320 will be the most popular for CTP. Well, and the trouble is, like, a lot of these flights, 320 is going to really push the range on. It's definitely feasible to do some of the shorter haul flights with the 320, but it is kind of a little bit of a push on the range. The 321, again, 321's got bigger fuel tanks. The 321's not what's modeled in MSFS. The trouble with cross the pond is you do need a long hauler. You're talking, even the shortest flights are usually 6 to 7 hours. A 320 will usually not get you that far. 321 can usually do it. They've usually got enough fuel in there, but the 320 just a little bit smaller, can't quite do it. Air Canada 1079, you're cleared to RNAV X-ray, runway 24 left, Newgate transition.
Roger, from Newgate, clear for the RNAV X-ray 24 left, Air Canada 1079 Heavy.
And Canadian Express 673, let's see, the winds are Southfield, yeah. Winds are 190, sorry, 204. Cleared land 24 left. Yeah, so I don't think the 320 will be that popular for CTP just because it's hard for a lot of those routes, especially anything longer than some of the shortest routes for 320 to make it. 321s can probably do quite a few of them, but 320s not so much. So that's one where you're not going to see that. You're going to see people are going to be in the long haulers, and that's the one thing that really I think more than anything is kind of missing from Microsoft Flight Simulator at this point is long haulers. There are some narrow bodies. The 320, the fly-by-wire 320 is not bad. It's coming along. The 737 is on the cusp of releasing, along with the Mad Dog. So we got narrow body airliners coming our way. What's missing is the wide bodies. There's no good wide bodies yet. There's some really lousy ones. There's the default ones, but yeah, no good wide bodies yet. But I think they're coming. And it seems, it seems like PMDG is sort of they're putting a lot of faith into Microsoft Flight Simulator now. That's one thing I did notice myself. Hey, look, there's another one locked in Ottawa. Nice, way to go, way to go, Ottawa Tower. Another one score. But what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. PMDG is really kind of putting all of their eggs kind of into the Microsoft Flight Simulator bucket. I don't think the wide bodies are going to be right away after the 3.7, but I'm sure that they are already kind of in those initial stages of production, and they're probably going to start to transition pretty quickly once the 3.7 releases. They'll probably have a month or so of kind of bug fixing and hot fixing it, but then after that, they're going to probably transition to their next aircraft pretty quickly, and hopefully the release will happen a little bit quicker. I was just reading today, Redazzo had another post and he talked about where they are kind of in the beta testing of the 3.7, and he said that at this point the vast majority of the bugs that are being reported now are system type bugs, so it's no longer platform level bugs. They in the beginning when they first started beta testing, there's a lot of platform level bugs. Things were not working properly between what they had designed in Microsoft Flight Simulator. They says yes, now looking at the latest slew of bug reports, it's now transitioned very much to most of what's happening is system issues, things with the aircraft itself that they've built, but the platform itself seem to have reached a fairly stable level with it. So I take that as a very good sign that it's a platform that they figured out how to use the platform. The SDK has reached a level where PMDG can design a good airplane, and a lot of other people are also now reaching that point where there's pretty good airplanes coming out for a lot of people. So I feel like it's not going to be, the development process is definitely not going to be as long with their next aircraft, whatever it happens to be, and I'm sure it's going to be a wide body. I'm sure it's going to be either the 4.7 or the 777 probably will be the next one that they try to transition into MSFS. But I feel like that process is not going to be as long as the 3.7 was, because now they've kind of learned the platform. Of course, it's a new aircraft and there's all sorts of modeling the aircraft has to happen, but they have an idea of how to work within the Microsoft Flight Simulator ecosystem without constantly experimenting as much. This guy is still really kind of moving as he gets to the end of the runway here. Oh. All right.
1752 ready taxi.
Walker 1752, Toronto, runway 33 right, information's Tango, the altimeter 3009er, taxi down lane 5, Alpha Kilo, Bravo, and Victor to hold short of 33 right.
Lane 5, Alpha Kilo, Bravo, Victor, short. 33 right. Walker 1752 heavy.
He's taxiing. Nice. Air Canada 1079 heavy. The winds are 200 at 4. You clear to land, runway 24 left.
Perfect. Clear land, 24 left, Air Canada 1079.
All right, so he confirmed Delta Charlie 4 Charlie to hold short of Echo because I just want to make sure he's holding short of the threshold of 33 right in case this guy's taken off and is jet blast. All right, 673. All right, just press 673. Very good. We'll park you at 174. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Travis, but boy, she's a slow climber there. I see you only doing 150 knots over the ground, but probably you have a strong headwind too. It's not too bad. It was definitely a lot busier for the first part of the evening, but it's still kind of interesting now. We got this guy inbound. We got another inbound from Ottawa to Toronto. Two more Ottawa to Toronto. Sorry, was that Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey calling?
Affirmative, Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey approaching southeast of the field, inbound for touch and go, remaining in the pattern.
Hey, Golf Yankee Romeo Whiskey, runway 30 with the Oshawa altimeter is 3009er. You could join a straight in final runway 30.
Straight in final, runway 30, Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Air Canada 1079, welcome to Toronto. Right turn on Delta 4 if you got it. Continue across 24 right, hold short of Charlie.
Roger, we're taking Delta 4, cross 24 right, and we'll be short of Charlie, Air Canada 1079 heavy.
All right, continue Charlie Alpha Alpha Mike for 174. Have a good night for Canadian Express 673. Thanks for the great info. I've been a very casual simmer since early Microsoft Flight Sim and haven't had time to keep up with everything. Darn job. Been on VATSIM since 2001, but not very active with MSFS 2020. My interest is renewed intensely. Absolutely. I never stop enjoying this, but boy, the way I kind of enjoyed simming really changed with Flight Sim 2020. Canadian Express 673 says Roger. Contain Charlie Alpha Alpha Mike. Air Canada 1079. Continue right turn on Charlie. Hold short of Echo, and when able, say your gate.
Roger, right onto Charlie, hold short Echo, and we're looking to stand 175. I think Delta Papa will take us in.
Air Canada 1079, I copy you 175. I'm going to be taking you up Alpha in a minute.
Okay.
Walker 1752, you ready?
Safer.
Walker 1752, Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 200 at 4, clear for takeoff, runway 33 right.
Calling the clear takeoff, tree right, Walker 1752 heavy.
Yeah, I see you climbing like at 140, 150 knots ground speed, but that's been the experience the last little while. Like there's been a very strong jet stream from the west. Like the other night we were flying to Minneapolis with 160 knots headwind flying to Minneapolis. It was ridiculously slow. We weren't even in cruise. We weren't even grounding 300 knots. It was so bloody slow. So yeah, like it doesn't surprise me to see you kind of climbing out that low speed just with that headwind. And Texas One Flyboy subscribe with Prime. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're slowly but surely supporting my my Honeywell Bravo, or my Honeycomb Bravo. I always call it Honeywell for some reason. Honeycomb Bravo. Slowly but surely building it up. So I just got to see that Walker get airborne before I can clear Air Canada taxi behind him, or not airborne, but at least certainly rolling partway down the runway, just to make sure the Air Canada 1079 does not get blasted. That being said, it is a 777. It's probably not going to move too much, even with the jet blast from a 310. And this is a sim, so it doesn't really matter anyways. Air Canada 1079, continue taxi Charlie Alpha Alpha Mike for 175.
Charlie Alpha, Alpha Mike, stay on 175, Air Canada 1079, heavy, good night.
Good night. Hi. Come on, Travis, you can make it. But we got two guys here that are on the ground coming to Toronto, so that's good. I don't know why one of them's not showing up. The Encore's not showing up here, but we got two guys on the ground in Ottawa coming to Toronto. We got Jazz is airborne out of Chicago on his way to Toronto. We got
Walker
Turkish.
1759 heavies airborne 1.4 climbing 5.
Walker 1752 heavy. Thanks. Identified. Climb flight level 230.
230 Walker 1752.
Canadian Express 673 at the gate. Request flight plan closed. Flight plan closed. Have a great night. Thanks for flying. So I'm going to have three on the ground in Ottawa, and Ottawa Tower said he's going to close at some point. So at some point he might hand all these guys off to me. So we're going to have a whole bunch of people, but we're going to have in about a half an hour to 45 minutes, we're going to have another kind of wave of arrivals going on. So stick with me. It's not done for the night yet. I thought maybe it was going to kind of peter out, but it looks like we are going to stick with it for a little bit longer here. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good night, mate. No problem. Forget about it. Walker 1752, turn right, direct, dead key on course.
Right, direct dead key on course, Walker 1752 heavy, thanks.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. All right, so yeah, because the only thing is to get into Delta Papa anyways, you got to go up Alpha Delta. It's almost easier to go in Alpha Mike, honestly, after looking at it. All right, he's going. So we got Jazz here. Wow, you're grounding 120 knots, Travis. What are you doing? That is a strong headwind. Do you still have the anti-ice on? Because if the anti-ice takes away so much from that aircraft. If it's still on, you may want to just get rid of that. Hold on, there's that better. I feel like I moved the mic a little bit away from my lips there. Felt like it got a little quieter. Let's see. Not much going on right now, but in about half an hour, it's going to get busy again. I've got Turkish inbound from the southeast. I got Jazz inbound from the west. I've got Jazz 565. We got two other departures out of Toronto. Out of Ottawa. We got the guy doing circuits in Ottawa. We got this guy doing circuits in Oshawa. Like it's enough to keep it going. Anti-ice is off. Headwind is indicating 275 at 115. Okay, yeah, well, that's not an unreasonable headwind. Let's see here. To be honest, I'm not even sure the circuit direction in Oshawa. I would believe runway 30 is going to be right-hand circuits, and I vaguely recall in my youth doing a right-hand circuit in Oshawa on 30, but that's been a long time, to be honest. So let's see here. So let's just look it up. Let's go directly to the source. Canada Flight Supplement, Ontario version. It's a big freaking document. I should just download these all on my computer. I keep Googling them. I should just download them onto my computer. That would probably be more sensible, and then I'm going to be able to find what I want probably a little faster in the future. I got the table of contents, but the pages I want if not even downloaded yet. It's not even 50% downloaded. Getting there. It's thinking about it slowly but surely. I bet I know where my live streams are stored. Apparently Roman Designs is working on Oshawa actually too. I read that on his website that that's his next project. Right-hand circuits for runway 23 and 30. There you go. That's what I thought. Yankee Romeo Whiskey, Toronto. Oshawa winds showing 240 at 4. You cleared the touch and go, runway 30.
Clear touch and go 30, Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Yeah, apparently Roman Designs is working on Oshawa now. So he did a fantastic job on Ottawa. He did a good job on Buttonville by the looks of it as well. I haven't actually downloaded that scenery, but that's definitely on my on airports that I'm interested in getting. And now he's working on Oshawa, which is another can be a busy little airport on the east side of Toronto. So lots of good scenery. Guy should really partner with the Toronto FIR here. You know, maybe give away a few copies of his scenery as a prize every once in a while. Oh, we got a live one out of Ottawa here. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, text only. I hate text only. I'm sorry, I do. I'll still provide the service, but it doesn't mean I like it. I want the voice interaction. It's just so much faster and easier. That's okay. I'm getting the next phrase already ready for him. All right, I'm going to pull open my Ottawa ground view again here. All right, yep. All right, Air Canada 420 at least is calling me now. Okay, anyways, yeah. Walker 1752 Toronto, continue climb, flight level 330.
Climb 330, Walker 1752, everything.
Oh, we got another one on the ground. Oh no, that's the one that just got there. That's a Canadian Express, I think, there still. So I don't have a whole lot of faith that this guy's going to be able to. All right. He says, I thought I was going direct to Tukir. Nope. That's not what the Ottawa 4 departure says. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to pull this up and give him a quick little screenshot so he can read it and hopefully follow it in the future. Just give me 1 second.
Toronto Center, good evening. Jazz 2707 over Detroit, flight level 340.
Standby 1. All right, now he's identified. Climb 13,000, Tukir on course. I'm expending so much effort on this one guy here. All right, sorry. Jazz flight call in Toronto, say again the call sign.
Jazz 2707, flight level 340 over Detroit.
Jazz 2707 Toronto, good evening. Squawk code 0516.
0516, and we have information Tango for Jazz 2707.
Center Yankee Romeo Whiskey, midfield, downwind 30, inbound for full stop.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey, Toronto, Oshawa wind 240 at 4. Clear to land, runway 30.
30 clear to land, Yankee Romeo Whiskey.
Jazz 2707 Toronto, thank you. Identified flight level 340. The information in Toronto is Tango, runway 24 left for arrival.
Expecting 24 left, Jazz 2707.
Jazz 2707, descend now, flight level 310.
Down to 310, 2707.
Jazz 565 Toronto, did you want to set 280 as the final there?
You know what, let's do that, 280, please.
All right, Jazz 565, maintain flight level 280.
Maintain flight level 280, Jazz 565.
Jazz 565, information in Toronto is Tango, plan runway 24 left for arrival.
24 left, and we have Tango on board for Jazz 565.
Air Canada 420, climb flight level 220. He seemed grateful to get the clip of the chart, so I get frustrated with people sometimes. I honestly do when they don't know what they're doing, but but at the end of the day, it's an educational experience, and if I can help even one person each session learn something new about how to operate and operate a little bit more realistically within the VATSIM environment, then I think I've done my job. I think I've done it well, and I think those people will probably come back again. That's certainly what I hope for. So that's what I try to aspire to do. I don't claim to be perfect human by any means, and I will get frustrated with people, especially because I see the same mistake over and over again. That's probably the part of it that frustrates me the most. I see the same thing over and over again. Travis, did you remember to pull the gear up? Remember to pull the flaps up? Spoilers retracted? Those are the first few things I'd go for. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Not knowing what to do. Wait, that's me all the time. Allow me to send you all of the charts for just every airport in the world. Just read them all. Oh, Lord. There he is. He's on short final. This guy's about to depart. He's sitting there just approaching the runway. Yeah, they were? Okay. You know, I can't criticize because like every once in a while I'll take the TBM for like a short little hop somewhere and I'll be like, why is it going so slow? Why can't I seem to get like more than 190 knots? Oh wait, the flaps are still at takeoff. Duh. So yeah, no, I can't criticize. It's easy to forget things sometimes. I mean, that's why we have checklists, and sometimes help the checklist will prompt you. So it's good to have that checklist sometimes. And then now he is, I don't even know where he's going. Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this one. Jazz 2707 Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
240 when ready, Jazz 2707.
Look at the difference here. 55.
Good evening, Toronto Center, Turkish 63 heavy, descending via Lynx 3 with Zulu.
Turkish 63 heavy, Toronto, good evening. Squawk code 0512.
0512.
All right, and Ottawa Tower is shutting down now, but he's...
Center, Kilo Romeo Whiskey clear 30 and 23 requesting taxi back to the East Apron.
Yankee Romeo Whiskey, I believe you mean the West Apron, and Taxi Bravo to Apron 4.
Taxi Bravo to Apron 4, Yankee Romeo Whiskey. Talk to you later.
Thanks, good night.
Center Encore 968, passing 2,300 for 3,000.
Encore 968, Toronto, good evening. Identified, climb 13,000.
13,000 for Encore 968.
Turkish 6363 Heavy Toronto, you're identified at 17,000. Information in Toronto is Tango, runway 24 left, maintain 17,000 for now.
17,000 for now, Turkish 63 heavy.
On course 968 Toronto, turn left direct 2 Kier on course.
Left direct to 2 Kier on course for Encore 968.
Something binged at me. I hope I'm not running out of batteries, but no, my computer's plugged in.
Center, what runway are we expecting in Toronto?
And I don't know who's asking there, but runway 24 left is active for arrivals in Toronto.
Roger, 2 for left. That was Turkish 6363.
Turkish 6363, roger. Jazz 565 Toronto. I can't remember if I gave it to you. When ready, descend flight level 240.
When ready, descend flight level 240, Jazz 565.
Encore 968 Toronto. Continue climb flight level. Correction, continue climb 14,000.
Up to 14,000 for Encore 968. 140,000, apologies for Encore 968.
Yeah, 14,000. You had it right. Shockingly, I did use the checklist this time. Travis says. Wheels 247. Thanks so much for watching. Glad you enjoyed it. It's turned out to be a little busier than I had hoped, and I have to say, almost every single time I do these streams, I almost always have that same statement these days. It was busier than I expected, which is great. I get more airplanes than I expect. So thank you guys. I know a couple of you guys logged in to fly these flights. Thank you so much for flying these flights. I'm going to stick around until most of these airplanes are here. Looks like it's going to be about another 45 minutes before everyone gets to on the ground in Toronto. Direct to Duxit. Where the heck is Duxit? Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Let's do this. All right, Air Canada 420, proceed direct to Amoeba and rejoin the arrival. Just sort of prevent him from going like way off course. Jazz 2707 Toronto, continue descent 12000.
Continue down to 12000, Jazz 2707.
And Jazz 565 Toronto, when ready, descend 8000. Toronto altimeter is 3009er.
8,000 when ready, Jazz 565 on 3009er.
Walker 1752, Heavy Toronto, you left my airspace to the east. Boston's not online. Switch to the en route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Have a good night.
Switching to Unicab, have a great night, Rob. Take care, Walker for 1752.
Have a good night. And Encore 968, are you direct to gear?
I am trying. I just have a little problem. I'm trying to switch to 24 left on the arrival, but the FMC isn't quite cooperating with me, so you give me a couple minutes here.
Yeah. Encore 968, sure, no problem. I got nobody else after you. I think you're going to be last, so yeah, take your time whenever you're able. Direct to gear.
Okay, direct to gear when able for Encore 968.
And I'm just going to step away for about 2 minutes, everybody. I got to quickly go use the facilities here. Attention all aircraft on Toronto Centre frequency. Toronto Centre will be unmanned for approximately the next 2 minutes. All right, so I will be right back, guys. Just give me 2 minutes here.
Before you leave, can you call our descent for Turkish 6363 Heavy?
Turkish 6363. Yeah, I don't have anybody over there near Buffalo, so yeah, descend 1000 at your discretion. The Toronto altimeter is 3009er.
1000 descending Turkish 6363 Heavy. Thank you.
All right, and we're back. Haha. All right, and Toronto Centre is back. All right, so let's do this. Info Tango in. Let's 24 left. For Air Canada 420, text him. There he is. And we got this guy as well. One guy on the ground here. And yeah, we already gave him a squawk code, so we're on it. Good stuff. ILS 24 left. Air Canada 420 has acknowledged. Good stuff, good stuff. Throw up a Peterborough altimeter because Encore's going to need that as he goes sailing past Peterborough eventually. It's actually going to get busy here. We're going to have a whole bunch of arrivals at the same time. I might actually have to do some vectoring again. I'm always pleasantly surprised by how many people actually show up when you're online. And also it helps when you're one of the last, not really. There's quite a few sectors. On the East Coast, I'm one of the last controllers up. Philly Tower's up, and I'm up. And that's it for the East Coast. There's some middle of the country. There's some St. Louis, Kansas City, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston stuff online, and some West Coast stuff online. But yeah, it's definitely the network is fading out. There's only 337 people on VATSIM right now. 337 total connections, in fact. So take away the 13 ATISs, and that's down to 324. So we're definitely well into the late evening. Ain't much happening in VATSIM, but
Toronto Center, Encore 968.
Encore 968, go ahead.
Encore 968, we were going to be requesting the LETAC transition, if that'll be approved, for the VBO5 approach for 24 left.
And Encore 968, yeah, that's approved. Proceed direct LETAC and join the Amoeba 5 at LETAC. Sorry, the Amoeba 6 at LETAC. And I'm sorry. Encore 968, let me try this again. Proceed direct LETAC and join the Vibly 5 arrival.
Yeah, direct to LETAC for the Vibly 5 arrival for Encore 968.
I will get these things right eventually. I guess it's getting too late for me. Falling a little bit behind here. And Encore 968, actually, Toronto, if you want, I can offer you direct to Amoeba to shorten up that transition a little bit. As long as your FMC will do it.
Yeah, we'll take Vibla for, or Vibli, sorry, for Encore 968. That'll be Victor, India, Bravo, Lima, India, correct?
Encore 968, yeah, approved. Proceed direct Vibly and rejoin the Vibly 5 arrival there.
Hey, direct to Vibli for the Libly approach for Encore 968.
There you go. Trying to kind of balance stuff out and help everybody get there sooner, because after that guy, I think that's about it for arrivals here to Toronto. Yeah. That guy, yeah, Encore will be the last one. After that, we're probably going to pull the plug for the night, which I was going to pull the plug at 5 Zulu, and that's come and gone now. So that's going to be almost probably an hour longer than I'd originally planned. So way to go, guys. Way to keep me on this network for way longer than I planned. Every single time. Every single night of my life. And I'm here. It's always longer than I originally planned. Oh, I'll just be on for 2 hours, maybe 2.5. 5 hours later. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. I haven't gone to the bathroom in 9 hours. But darn it, this is some good ATC. Jazz 2707 to send 8,000.
Down to 8,000, Jazz, 2707.
We got a bunch of guys that are merging just about the same time here, though. I might remove that Buttonville exclusion box. It's just more annoying than anything. You know what? I don't mind it. I'll keep it, whatever. Just going to keep on scrolling through Toronto here, make sure that guy's not pushing off the gate while I'm not looking. He's gone, so we can close that Oshawa view. Encore's finally sort of getting himself on course here, so close that. And I don't think anyone else is probably coming to Ottawa at this point, but again, thank you guys so much for those of you that did show up and flew from Ottawa. Stop asking for traffic then. Travis, you're so right, though. I'm only going to be on for an hour and a half, but please come and fly for my zone for the next 3 hours. But don't fly, because then I have to stay. You're kind of sending some mixed messages here. You're 100% right. That pull made you. I did not make you pull out your flight controls. You wanted to. You just needed an excuse to do it. Turkish 6363 heavy. Toronto to send 9,000.
Down to 9,000. Turkish 6363 heavy.
Yeah, I think Jazz should hopefully lead Turkish here by a little bit. She's gonna be tight. Yeah, we may actually have to do something here. Turkish 6363 Heavy, short vector for in-trail sequence, turn left heading 320. You can expect Verco next.
320 on heading, and we're expecting short approach.
That's not really what I said, but anyways. He's going to be at 8,000, so he only needs to lose 14. Yeah, 45. He needs to be about, yeah, he's about to be in Peterborough. So I'm not going to get this guy to descend early because I feel like if I give him a descent early, he's just going to start down right away. At the end of the day, they are almost the same. Jazz at 2707. Proceed direct Mayrod.
Direct Mayrod, Jazz 2707.
Let's do this. Let's get him quick and him slow. Jazz 2707, direct Mayrod. And Jazz 2707. Now, speed 250 knots for now. You can disregard all star restrictions at this point.
All right, we'll maintain 250 and disregard the star instructions 2707.
Turkish 6363 Heavy. Reduce speed now 220 knots.
Reducing 220 knots, Turkish 6363.
Jazz 2707 descends 6,000.
6,000, 2707.
Did it take? No, it didn't, did it? 6,000. And then we got Jazz coming in at the same time here. It's going to get a little interesting. I like it. Okay, you convinced me I'm logging in to do pattern work for the next 3 hours. Yeah. I must log off now. Goodbye. Center is closed. Oh gosh. I love this business. Always a sense of humor. Everyone's hilarious in this business. Turkish 6363 Heavy. Vectors for the ILS. Turn right heading 060 and descend 7,000.
Left heading 060, 7,000, Turkish 6363.
Turkish 6363, making a right turn 060, please.
Right turn 060, Dodge.
Jazz 2707, descend 4,000.
4,000 for 2707.
No, but it was what they hoped. Turkish 6363 Heavy, make the heading 070.
Confirm 070.
070, affirmative.
Roger, and that was a 6,000.
Turkish 6363 Heavy, it was 7,000 originally, but you can descend now 6,000.
Roger that, down to 6,000, 070 heading Turkish 6363 Heavy.
Thank you. Jazz 2707, speed 210 or faster.
Maintain 210 or faster, 2707.
Who knew at quarter after midnight I would actually have to vector 3 aircraft carefully because these guys almost were going to be at Verco at the exact same moment. It was kind of a 50-50 draw almost at the end of the day. I ended up picking Jazz to go first, but it could have pretty much gone either way. Jazz 2707, turn left heading 360, vectors to final.
360 vectors to final, 2707.
Turkish 6363 Heavy, descend 4,000.
4,000, Turkish 6363.
Jazz 565, Toronto, descend 6,000.
6,000, Jazz 565.
Yeah, he's going down anyways. All right, sorry, just texting this guy here because Air Canada 420 started his descent without asking anybody, as if I'm not even here. All right, so he's cleared down to 8,000. And back to what I'm doing over here. Turkish 6363 heavy heading 060.
060 on heading.
Jazz 2707, turn left heading 270 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 left, speed 190 or faster.
270 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 left and 190 or greater, Jazz 2707.
Jazz 565, speed 210 knots or less, please.
210 or less, Jazz 565.
Gonna see if I can slot Turkish right in the middle. And I may have waited just a moment too late to get Jazz's turn going, but I think he's gonna make it. Looks like he might just be making it. Turkish 6363 heavy, turn left heading 330.
Left heading 330, Turkish 6363 heavy.
Practice my vectoring skills here for across the pond. Should be able to slot him right in there. Jazz 565, speed 190 or less.
190 or less, Jazz 565.
Gonna try my best to slot him in here without getting Travis off the arrival here. Jazz 2707, speed 160 or faster to Kirex.
.160 or faster to Kirex, Jazz 2707.
Jazz 565, descend 5,000, and at Amalu you can start tracking the 24 left localizer inbound.
5,000 and at Amalu, you can start tracking the ILS for 24 left, Jazz 565.
Turkish 6363, turn left heading 300.
Left 330 on heading Turkish 6363.
Turkish 6363, make it 300, 300.
300.
I think he misheard me and he turned to a 030 heading, and now that might have just botched the whole thing. Shoot. Jazz 565, speed 170 knots, please.
170, Jazz 565.
Turkish 6363, continue the left turn heading 270 to intercept, cleared ILS 24 left, 4,000 until the glide slope, please.
Continuing 270 heading until establishing a localizer for ILS 24 left.
And Turkish 6363 heavy, speed 190 or faster, please.
190 or faster, Turkish 6363.
Actually, what I should do is, can I do this? No. Oh, it changes all the halos the same size. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is not going to. Jazz 565, speed 160 knots.
160, Jazz 565.
Jazz 2707, the Toronto winds 200 at 5, clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Jazz 2707.
Where's he going? Where's he going? Why is he going right? Oh, this is going to botch the whole thing. I said 270 to intercept, and now he's doing like a 330 heading for some reason. I'm going to give him a second to get. No, he blew it. He blew it. It's not going to work. It's not enough room. Not enough room for the wake turbulence. The wake turbulence is what's killing it. Just not quite enough room. Jazz 565 Toronto. Jazz 565 is not going to work here. You don't have enough separation from the aircraft ahead. Turn left heading 150. I'm just going to give you a short 360 here back on the final.
Left 150, Jazz 565.
Turkish 6363 heavy, cross QRX at 160 knots.
Crossing QRX at 160 knots, Turkish 6363 heavy.
Didn't quite work out. It was so close, and I think if he'd gotten the turn, it probably would have worked out, but I'm not going to have 5 miles in trail there, and I don't think there's any way I can create it. Jazz 565, continue the left turn all the way around to 330, left turn around to 330.
Left 330, Jazz 565.
Encore 968 Toronto, the Peterborough altimeter 3008.
3008 for Encore 968.
At least I got nobody behind him, so it's just a quick spin. It was so close. I was so close to getting it.
Center. It's going to be a little harder for us for 160 on a speed on the Kirks.
Turkish 6363 heavy, not a problem. Do the best you can right now. You're about 5 in trail of the traffic ahead, so spacing shouldn't be an issue.
Roger, we do our best. 187 for now, indicating.
Jazz 565, continue the left turn 270 to re-intercept. You're now cleared the ILS 24 left.
270 for the interceptor, for the ILS approach. 24 left.
You got it. Get it in the end. Turkish 6363 heavy Toronto. Traffic ahead is just over the numbers. Winds are 200 at 5. You're clear to land runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Turkish 6363 heavy. We should be all right on the speeds, and thank you for the help.
Yeah, no problem. The spacing looks pretty good now. You're still about 5 miles in trail. And Jazz 565, you're now about 8 miles in trail of the heavy 777, so speed your discretion.
Speed your discretion, we have the traffic, Jazz 565.
Thanks. Jazz 2707, welcome to Toronto. Continue Delta 2 cross, runway 24 right. Right turn on Charlie, and do you have a gate assigned?
Delta 2 cross 24 right turn on Charlie, and we're going to gate 250 for 2707.
That is a long walk to customs from 250. Jazz 2707, continue Charlie, and make it Delta 3 Delta Quebec for lane 10.
Charlie, Delta 3, Delta Quebec, definitely a long walk. Thanks for all the help tonight, Jazz 2707.
Good night. I can probably clear all the halos now. I don't need those anymore. Ah, it was so close. If he turned just enough, it probably would have gotten the 5 miles, or I would have been able to get it with a little bit more speed control. But when he turned the wrong way back towards the right again, it just killed it. All right, Air Canada 420. I gave him heading 210, vectors to final, and descend 5,000. All right, I can clear out this guy speed restriction because I don't need it anymore. This guy didn't need his speed restriction anymore. He is cleared to land. Jazz 565 Toronto, heavy traffic is just over the numbers. Winds 200 at 5. Clear to land, runway 24 left.
Clear to land 24 left, Jazz 565.
make Delta 2. He might just make it. Yeah, looks like he's going to make it. Turkish 6363 Heavy, welcome to Toronto. Right turn Delta 2, cross runway 24 right, right on Charlie. And what gate are you parking at?
We're going to cargo ramp in the center, and I missed the directions.
Oh, Turkish 6363. In that case, continue Delta 2, cross runway 24 right, and echo up to Cargo West.
Delta 2 crossing 24 right, or 6 left at Echo and continuing to the ramp, Turkish 6863 Heavy.
You got it. Have a good night.
We appreciate the help. Great job. See you later.
Thanks. All right, and Air Canada 420, present heading, intercept the localizer, or unintercept cleared ILS 24 left, not below 4,000 until glide slope. And Jazz 565, I gave him landing clearance. Encore 968, I can't remember if I ever gave it to you, but it's runway 24 left for arrivals in Toronto. The information is now uniform.
Okay, information uniform, and we'll be requesting the ILS for 24 left, if that works for you.
Encore 968, you can plan on that.
Time for 24 left, ILS, Encore 968.
And then I will be logging off eventually, even though all of you people that I keep saying, please come fly, they keep flying. There are now 2 guys on the ground in Montreal, filed to Toronto. Nate Power. Oh, that's it. I'm out. Now I gotta send him a text message. Hold on. What's his call sign? He is. Oh, hilarious. Yeah. Okay, he said he'd be hilarious messages because so one of our load planners. So I said, if he's flying on the network, does that mean that I have to send him now load numbers? Good times, good times. Too many people goofing around on this network. So I got 2 people on the ground in Montreal flying to Toronto, and I got 2 people in Toronto getting ready to depart here. I'm not going to stick around for that much longer. It's getting late now. It's 12:30. I'll stick around for a little bit longer if these guys are ready to get off the ground anytime soon. I'll stick around for them, but I'm definitely not waiting out a Montreal flight. Best case scenario, that's about an hour. I'm not waiting that long. I get Encore on the ground there, and I'll get these guys airborne if they're ready to push in the next 15 or 20 minutes by the time Encore gets here. Otherwise, that's it. Gonna pull the plug because I will be here all night if I'm not careful. It's just the way it happens. Pardon me. Jazz 565 Toronto. Welcome to Toronto. Right turn Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, right on Charlie. And where are you parking?
Delta 4, cross 24 right, and gate 135. Correction, 134 for Jazz 565.
Jazz 565, Roger. Right on Charlie, Alpha, and Alpha Lima for 130. I believe you said 134.
Alpha Lima for 134, Jazz 565. Thank you.
So much for Lee 4000 on the glide slope. Did he read back that part? Clear descent 4000 clear. Yeah, he did. Again, sometimes you gotta pick your battles. You have been more than generous tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's fun. Like, and as long as it's still fun, I will usually keep going. as long as I'm not falling asleep at the switch here. But that being said, I'm getting a little hungry. I only had a very small dinner, so I'm going to eat the other half of my dinner. I saw like I was mowing down on my dinner when I first got in here before I logged on, and then I saw how many people were kind of inbound to Toronto right away, and I'm like, let me get on. Let me just get these guys taken care of because I see like 6 people inbound to Toronto. Like, okay, let's get on while the traffic's still here. Otherwise, it's going to get pretty boring. But yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. I want to eat the other half of my dinner now. It's only Subway, so it's not exactly spectacular, but nevertheless, I'm hungry. I want it. But I'm not going to eat on camera. So we will get these guys on the ground, and then I will resume my dinner. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me. And yeah, I'm always happy to. I don't always want to stream while I'm controlling because sometimes I just sort of like to sit back a little bit and have a little bit more relaxed time when I'm controlling. And the one thing, like when I am streaming, I feel obligated to fill all the time. I was just thinking to myself, like I have become very good at talking about almost nothing, and I can fill. It's been 3 hours and 11 minutes, and most of that has been filled with me talking about almost nothing. So I'm getting pretty good at talking about a whole lot of nothing. Wins. Let's see here, 200 at 5. Anyways, I feel like this Arcana 420 guy, he's definitely persevering. He's screwed up quite a few times, but he's persevering. So I'm happy to try and help him along and give him hopefully a positive experience. Hopefully help him learn a few things along the way. But yeah, I'm very happy to kind of help him along with that and help him learn some things along the way. And hopefully he'll come back and he'll learn and he'll become a better pilot each time. You really are a Twitch streamer. What? Because I can spend 4 hours talking about nothing. Good timing. My sim just crashed. Oh no! It's got to be that Fly Tampa. There's something with Fly Tampa's Toronto. It seems to make sims a little crash happy again. Because my MSFS has been pretty much rock solid. Very little seems to crash it, but Fly Tampa seems to do something with it. Encore 968 Toronto, when ready, descend 8,000 on Toronto altimeter 3008.
Sorry, can I get my descent altitude again for Encore 968?
Encore 968 Toronto, when ready, descend 8,000.
Down to 8,000 for Encore 968.
I noticed the Pappy didn't work. Send him an email. I've been sending them lots of emails for all sorts of things I've spotted. But yeah, they've said that there's already an update in the works. So I think there was stuff that wasn't done, and they really kind of like they felt pressure to release to kind of get in there and get their customers the red before people said, oh well, if it's not going to be out for months, I'm going to buy the Red Scenery Designs one. So I think they felt a little bit pressure to release it when it wasn't totally ready. I mean, still it looks pretty good, and compared to like most of the stuff that we're talking about, most of it is pretty small. I won't say incidental because Pappies are not necessarily incidental, but it's generally pretty small stuff. Overall, the modeling is really good. They've got, I think they're probably about 90% of what they wanted to accomplish in their initial release, but they just felt compelled to get it out there. So yeah, sometimes I just control and I don't want to Twitch stream every single time because sometimes it's just nice to kind of sit back and relax. And it's also when there's not much going on, then I have to find stuff to talk about. And I don't always want to. Sometimes it's just nice to sit back and relax and control. But I do enjoy kind of streaming and controlling. And yeah, like I said, I've become surprisingly good at this, at finding stuff to talk about when during the quiet spaces in between. One thing I've noticed, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but has anybody else noticed that FS Elite seems to be getting a lot slower at pushing out information? They used to be kind of my go-to source for kind of simming information, and just the last little while, they've definitely become a little bit more, like I said, slow at pushing out information. I tend to see the information comes out on Threshold or on Twin. I think is it Twinfinite before it ever comes out on FS Elite. So it seems like they're kind of missing a lot of stories these days. Now I just need a hot tub. Encore 968 Toronto. Proceed direct Lisdu.
Direct to Lisdu for Encore 968.
Let's get him down a little bit faster. typing out my next message. All right, Arcana 420, welcome to Toronto. Right turn Delta 4, cross 24, right turn right on Charlie. And do you have a gate already picked? Nope. Left turn, right turn. Not a VATSIM veteran by the looks of it, but one day he might be. So I'm trying to be as patient and as understanding as I can with the whole thing. And he's not getting anybody's way and causing anybody any grief. So like that also always makes me happy, as long as he's not causing any grief. It's a longer stream than I was expecting, though. This is going to probably be an hour longer than I was originally anticipating, which is good because the reason it's an hour longer is because there's enough traffic to need it. That being said, these two guys are probably not going to get any service soon because Encore 968 continue to send 5,000.
Down to 5,000 for Encore 968.
All right, and he came from Ottawa. So let's give him a domestic gate here. Let's give him 137. All right, so very good. So he said no gate, turn right, cross 24 right, turn right Charlie. And then so I said very good, assign gate 137, continue Charlie Alpha Alpha Kilo for gate 137. You got it. Have a great night. Thanks for flying. That was great. First flight into YYZ. Oh, really? That was the first time? Oh, yeah, because that's right, because you said your sim was disabled. You had to pull out the controls. I'm sorry I made you fly. I'm sorry I made you have fun. um, but yeah, it's so nice to fly into that airport. It really is. I really, I've flown into it probably like 4 times already. I'm just so happy to have that airport at my disposal, and I'm definitely gonna be flying it a lot more now because I really like MSFS has become almost my exclusive go-to sim. Every once in a while I'll pick up P3D if I have like a real urge to fly like the 7.4 or the triple, but otherwise like MSFS is my go-to, and especially now with that 737 on the horizon coming out very soon. That's gonna be it for probably P3D. I might as well probably uninstall it soon. I'm not. I don't see myself flying a whole lot more. It's the long haul. That's what's missing. How dare I? Encore 968 Toronto to send 4,000.
Got a 4,000 for Encore 968.
He logged off anyways, but he said thank you for all the help. Bye bye. So he seemed very grateful for the assistance I gave him, which is cool. I'm glad that he was able to get some good use out of it. I hope he learned something, and I hope he comes back. That's the biggest thing. Like as frustrating as it is when people do things wrong, the best thing you can do is not get mad. The best thing you do is help guide them to do it right next time, so that they'll come back. First of all, they'll say, "Hey, that guy's a friendly controller. I'd like to fly in his airspace again." But secondly, he'll know what to do the next time he comes around, and hopefully he'll do it correctly, and he'll learn something, and he'll come back and he'll do it again. And that's what we're here for in VATSIM. It's aviate, educate, communicate. I almost forgot what the corporate slogan is. How dare I? But no, I've never stopped learning since I joined this network. I'm always learning something new. Encore 968 at Lisdu, you're cleared the ILS, runway 24 left.
At Lisdu, clear for the ILS, 24 left for Encore 968.
This Air Canada 42 has been there for quite a while now. He's been on for 43 minutes. Fly Tampa, Imagine Sim, Delhi, and Fly Tampa YYZ. PMDG 777. See, this guy put everything in the remarks. I was having, operated by Virtual Air Canada. Oh, yeah. I was having this not argument, but debate over whether or not it's useful to put scenery in the remarks as of your flight plan as a VATSIM pilot. Um, it's not a bad thing. A lot of times controllers will miss it, but especially for airports that have had a lot of revisions, it's a useful thing to put down. Um, so perfect case in point is Chicago. Oh my God, Chicago. That airport has been a non-stop construction site for the last like 10 years. And like they've added like a whole new runway. They extended a whole nother runway. They've added a whole different, they've rejigged the entire network of taxiways. Like it's just absolutely like crazy how different it is from where it was 5 years ago, even 3 years ago. Um, so for the sake of your controllers in VATSIM, they absolutely really need to know what scenery have you got because they need to know what taxi routes they can give you. Do you have old default scenery that's got only the old stuff in there? Do you have new scenery that's got um, new scenery that's got the new layout in there? Texas One Flyboy, you're inspiring me to do more. I'm always trying to inspire people to do a little bit more on this network, but yeah, it's great when people do put their scenery that they have, and yeah, we were having this discussion because again, Vancouver, we're preparing for Cross the Pond, and Vancouver hasn't had a whole lot of changes in the last little while, but there have been some changes in the last 10 years. There was an expansion to the terminal building, and some new gates are available, and most of them are international heavy gates, so that's very relevant to Cross the Pond. If you have those gates available, it's great. We can give them to you. If you don't have them available, then we better not try them and sign them to you. One of the biggest problems with Vancouver that we really have as a problem is that the gate numbering changed when they added a lot of new gates. Almost all the gates at the airport got renumbered. So depending on where you're seeing when and where your scenery is from, holy poop! Like your gate could be off by 4 or 5 gates. We assign you a gate, or you say you're going to this gate, and you end up going to another gate because it's the whole thing changed, like really kind of chaotic. Um, and not only did they add some extra gates, but they also added a taxiway that's kind of a key taxiway that we're really kind of planning on using across the pond. But some of the oldest scenery doesn't have it, so uh, having having the scenery you've got, whatever you've picked to load, whether it be payware, freeware, default, having that in your
Vancouver
remarks
Center,
really
Encore
helps.
968. Establish on the localizer for 24 left.
Encore 968 Toronto, thanks. The winds are 200 at 5. You're clear to land. Runway 24 left.
Clear to land, runway 24 left, Encore 968.
Yeah. So we're really having that debate, but definitely there's certain places where it really helps. Toronto, not so much. There hasn't been that many changes in Toronto in the last 10 years. There's been a few very minor ones though. The vast majority
Toronto
of the
Center, good
airfield has
evening,
not
Air
changed.
Canada, 42 heavy, clearance to New Delhi, please, with uniform.
Air Canada 42, good evening. You're cleared to Delhi via the Verto 6 departure, Lorca transition, and flight plan route. The departure runway tonight is 33 right, squawk code 0572.
Air Canada 42 heavy, clear to New Delhi, Verto 6 departure, Lorca, off of 33 right, 0572. Air Canada 42 heavy.
Air Canada 42 heavy, thanks. The readback is all correct. Information is uniform. Push back and start up at your discretion and call when ready for taxi.
42 Wilco.
Yeah, Toronto has not changed that much. There have been some changes. One of the big ones was Foxtrot was extended. It used to end at Fox Alpha, and then this was Mike 1, this was Mike 3, and this was Mike Taxiway here. And then they kind of linked it all together. That was probably about 8 years ago that got linked together. Over here, the addition of the Whiskey and Yankee and the Sky Service apron here, this is almost brand new. That happened in the last like 2 years. These gates over here got rejigged quite a bit in the last couple of years. Everything else stayed very much the same, but these gates kind of got rejigged a little bit. They built some new jet bridges over here on the east side, so there's a whole bunch of gates over here that opened. Again, that was just before the pandemic. That was probably 2019. I think those gates opened one or two at a time. And then, of course, the other thing that's happening right now, and it's not here, but over here, is the new Bombardier plant is being built. I think they're going to make I don't think they're gonna make Challengers there because they have Challengers in Montreal, but I think they're gonna make like I think they're gonna make the Global Express here. But like west of the FedEx ramp, there's a huge construction site going on. I don't know if that's on any of like the Google Maps or anything like that yet, but there are new ramps being added because there's a whole factory being built there, It's coming along pretty quickly now. Like it is pretty far along. So yeah, there are changes, but the vast majority of this taxiway network has not changed. So whatever version you may have, whether it be um, like FSX default or um, you know, whether you have the Fly Tampa 2022 scenery, almost all of this is the same. The only thing that might make a difference to you is whether or not you have Foxtrot. That's about the only thing. Everything else is pretty much more or less stayed the same. But Chicago, like they just like obliterated like a whole series of taxiways and built a whole new series of taxiways. So yeah, I can only imagine as a controller in Chicago how frustrating it must be because they've there's just been so many changes and not everybody's going to have the same scenery loaded. Some people have default scenery that is 10 years old and has a lot of the pre-changed taxiways, and some people will have one of the new sceneries that has everything already mapped out for the way it's supposed to look in another 2 years. Like it must be really frustrating to try and deal with traffic and that have different sceneries and try and get them to follow somewhat consistent taxi routes. Not on Google Maps yet, just the rough construction. It's over the winter. Like I've noticed, like the hangars are taking shape. They mostly have like roofs and it looks like they're mostly getting walls, but they're still, it's very much a construction site. But it's definitely starting to look like a factory now. Encore 968, welcome to Toronto. Right turn on Delta 4, cross runway 24 right, Charlie. And I take it you're parking Terminal 3?
Yeah, Terminal 3 works, and exit at Delta 4 for Encore 968.
Encore 968, you got it. Delta 4, cross 24 right, Charlie, Alpha, and Alpha Juliet for Terminal 3.
Okay, cross 24 right, and then over to Terminal 3 for Encore 968.
All right, and here comes Nate, which means it's probably time for me to get out of here.
And Vancouver Encore 968. I'm probably just going to disconnect once I hit the runway threshold of 24 right here, if that's all right.
Encore 968, not a problem because I'm about to do the same. So you have a good night.
You as well. Thank you very much. Good evening, Encore 968.
Good night. And I think that's good enough for me. Air Canada 49 is not even pushed back yet, and honestly, it's about an hour longer than I had planned to stream. So I'm going to pull the plug there. Much as I want to keep going for another couple of hours, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I need to go to bed. So thank you guys so much for watching the stream. First of all, those of you guys that did fly, thank you very much. I appreciate the traffic. It's again, VATSIM never fails to surprise me. I always say, oh, it's quiet, nothing's going to happen. And people just come out of the woodwork and you end up with a nice steady stream of traffic and a nice steady stream of people watching. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have yourselves a great night. Stay safe and healthy out there wherever you are. And we will see you guys all really soon out there. And Air Canada 49 Toronto, or correction, Air Canada 42 Toronto. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to shut down now, so you can switch to the Unicom for your departure. Have yourself a good rest of the night. We'll catch you next time.
All right, no worries, man. I appreciate the late night service. Have a great evening.
And if anybody else is on Toronto Center frequency, Toronto Center is closed. Switch to Unicom 122.8. A very good night to all. And that is it. It's closed down. So yeah, have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys real soon. Stay tuned to the Discord. Probably going to do a flight this weekend, probably Saturday morning. Still to be decided, but hopefully within the next day I will put something out there indicating when it's going to happen. But in the meantime, good night. I'm going to go eat something and go get some rest. We'll see you all real soon.